Okay, I'm bricking it. But yeah, today is the Manchester derby, and I think it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's last chance really to cement any claim to his job and whether he deserves to be here. I think even if we lose, frankly, just despite the fashion, he's probably gone. Don't mean like by tomorrow, but just even in a few weeks or just 100% gone by the end of the season at that point. His track record against City should fill me with confidence, but I think he'll probably go with the three at the back, which, to be fair, I do like. I think it's what you probably should do against City, but I assume he'll go with Cavani and Ronaldo, and as great players as they are, and you definitely can count on them. It was the pacing behind in our previous games against City that really was their undoing, having Marcus Rashford and actually half on form Anthony Martial and Dan James. So I think it might not pan out the same as usual, I guess, at least in an attacking sense. So I don't mean to be negative, but I think I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw.
Narlene here to give you my prediction for the Manchester derby, and it's the big one, returning back to Old Trafford, and honestly still haven't recovered from the last home game. Absolutely petrified for this one, but here we are. Now I think Ollie's going to be sticking with three at the back now that Champions League Varane is out again, and Maguire needs all the help he can get. So that means Rashford and Ronaldo up front, because apparently Eddie Cavani is injured as well. So perfect timing. Now it's going to be McFred in midfield. Look, I don't think we're keeping a clean sheet, but one thing to keep in mind is that every time City have scored first this season, they've gone on to win the game. But when they've conceded first, they haven't managed to pull off a win. So the key thing here is getting an early goal, and I think we're in for a chance. I'm predicting a 3-1 win to United, with Ronaldo, Rashford on the score sheet, and Sancho coming off the bench scoring an absolute banger.
Yes, Paddock Ultras, Spanner here from the United Forever podcast, and this is my score prediction versus Peppa Pig Guardiola's citizens. I reckon it's going to be an ugly match, but I reckon we can win by 1 goal. And as long as we stay compact, more compact than a stubborn poo, then we'll be alright. And just play the long ball. No faffing about, playing out from the back, because obviously they play with about 10 midfielders, so forget about that. Strike it long and let the GOAT be the hero again. Let's have it, boys. Viva El Paddock.
Hi guys, it's Adam from the back post again. I am not looking forward to this game. We've got Varane out, Lindelof doubtful, so we might have to be Bale and Maguire at the back, which could be interesting. I'd like to see Cavani start. He seems like he's raring to go for it. But yeah, apart from that, I think that we will get a point from this game, and I'll take it because City look on point at the moment. So if we can get a point, I'll take it. We're going to the week after.
Hi guys, Liam here, coming in with my prediction for the Manchester City game today. Obviously, we had a great result last weekend against Tottenham, not allowing them a single shot on target all game. But now Varane's out for another month, which is obviously awful news. I think what makes Varane so good for our team is he's kind of the middle ground for both Lindelof and Maguire. Lindelof's very good on the floor, but not in the air. Maguire the other way around. But I think Varane is good both on the floor and in the air, which is why I think he complements those two really well if you have that back five that we had last week. So losing him is a big blow, but Eric Bailly looked exceptional midweek, so hopefully this is his chance to get a run of form in, hopefully without getting injured, of course. For Manchester City, apparently John Stones is close to coming back, and him and Ruben Diaz last season were an exceptional duo, so getting goals past them if they do start together will be a bit of a challenge. But as crazy as our season has been, and as poor as it's been made out to be, if we do get the win here today, we will go level with Manchester City on points. That being said, I don't think that will be the result. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus Manchester City. It's another big one.
Big one.
I'm joined by Jordan. How are you doing, Jordan?
I am very good. Feeling very spazzy because I don't know what's going to happen today. But we're all passengers here, aren't we?
We're all passengers.
We're going to enjoy it as we are.
We're all passengers.
Come on, then.
Ronaldo will be with us shortly as well. He's not here just yet. But he will be here soon.
But
Look at that.
not Cristiano. We do have to admit.
Well,
it isn't
don't say that because then they
Cristiano.
know it's not Cristiano.
I know.
Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the game. Nervous, excited. What would be a success today, Jordan, before the team comes out?
Simple as a dub, innit?
You think? Really?
A point isn't a success because we were all saying
You wouldn't take a point?
no, because if
me.
we win today,
This guy.
if we win today,
Yeah.
we're on points level with City.
Yeah.
And Ollie's having this apparent horrid season.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, we're level on points with that bald fraud. All of a sudden,
That
we're back.
bald frog.
No, fraud.
Oh,
Say
sorry.
frog.
I thought we were just
There's no
calling him a
ribbit
frog.
there.
Yeah, sorry. Is Ronaldo Brown psyching himself up to express his daily thought? That's according to John, and that is offensive. He has loads of thoughts.
Oh,
Don't
was
be-
it a
don't be so
singular? Oh,
rude.
that's double offensive.
It was very nasty.
Shame
It was
on
very
you,
nasty.
John. Shame on you.
Yeah. I think I'd take a draw, you know. After the
wouldn't.
Liverpool game.
I really
Wouldn't
wouldn't.
take a draw.
No.
If I offered you a 1-1 now, you wouldn't take that.
I'd take a win.
No, I'm not offering you a win.
I know, but this
You-
is my
you-
demands.
you'd
if we're
turn
debating
that down.
between, I'm asking for a win. You offer me a draw. It's like a rubbish transfer negotiation. I want a win. You offer me a draw. I say no.
Let me know in the comments, would you take a draw? I know that's not particularly forward thinking, but the situation we're in at the minute.
Yeah, it is dire. Well, it's not dire.
It's
It
pretty
could be a
dire.
It could be a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, we could
if you
all
think
be on
about it.
fire.
But
We could be covered in gasoline and ablaze. But other than that, it don't get much worse. The manager's on the verge of being sacked every game. We look shit every time we play. We got battered by Liverpool 2
and we're
weeks ago.
reliant on a
The last-
37-year-old. Well, going on.
It'll be 37. If you include the womb years or the womb months, he's already 37.
years in the womb.
Yeah, I spent 2 years in there. That's why I'm so
Don't be
big.
so tall.
I came out 2.5 feet tall. I was
You
dubbed
came
a
out and
medical
went, give me a
marvel.
Stella Mar.
Yeah, exactly. People, Dushan saying, almost like we're in this situation because we don't sack a manager we should have sacked at the end of last season. Draw not good enough. I think it's harsh to say you should have sacked him at the end of last season.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
not arguing with anyone who thinks his time might be up. He's come as far as he can. I get all that. But to have finished second and got to the Europa League final and then sack the manager, that would have been incredibly harsh.
It's been so backwards.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been any point sacking him then. But yes, he's under pressure now.
Adam Kenny says, a draw now over having to play. Yeah, I take it. Sometimes the nerves in this game, I know the Liverpool game's worse, but that's gone now. The City game, the nerves are so high because this is the game historically, even when we were good and they weren't good, they
were
still
still getting results.
sometimes beat us.
Yeah.
And then obviously they've battered us a few times as well. A few threes, a few fours, a couple of, a six as well. Like, I know obviously we got battered by Liverpool, but I don't think we're going to get battered by Liverpool for some reason, and we did. Whereas City, we've seen us get battered by by City under Ferguson, let alone now when we're struggling and nothing's going right. Let us know what you think in the comments, honestly. Matthew Cook, welcome to the first team. Thank you very much. We're going to be having some more members content going out very soon and some extra members stuff coming up as well. So if you're going to join the members, now's a very good time to. We will have a Christmas competition coming up. But more details on that soon. But if you want to join, now's a good time. Junior says, does Lingard feature today? Well, I'll tell you what. We'll find out in probably 63 seconds because it's almost past. Almost an hour before kickoff. I wonder when it was decided that an hour before kickoff is when the team news would come out.
I know. I would have liked to see it 10 minutes before kickoff.
Really?
Because it
Just
would
when they walk
brings a
out,
surpri-
that last
it
minute.
It brings surprise.
Come
If
on.
I can start talking
Bring
properly,
some prize.
it would bring a surprise to the fans. An hour before kickoff, with all these debates, or this, Lingard's nodding, Martial's on the bench, Cavani's injured, etc., etc. Do it 10 minutes before. Where's the element of surprise in football anymore?
I mean, I'm surprised every time we get on the pitch, to be honest. I never know what we're going to see. It surprises me every time. SEN says, not from Chelsea, SEN. I was literally just thinking, that I'd take a draw. I hate feeling like this. Hopefully they'll surprise us. Fingers crossed. I agree with everything you've just said there.
Joe has just had a inner burp, outer burp, loss of
It was
breath.
it was an inner burp.
Describe
It went
that.
from outside my mouth to inside my mouth, which I didn't know was possible.
A Jimmy Carr burp. Wow.
Yeah. Raymond Grady says, what has changed since last season? I really like Ollie, but I feel the attempts to be more front foot side this season have shown his limitations as a manager. Or is there something else? I don't disagree with anything you've said there. I think what's changed since last season, we seem to have got worse since last season. Is that a confirmed team, that? Okay, the Manchester United team is out, and we can bring you that right now. It is De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Bailly. So Lindelof is back. It is a back five with Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Then you've got McTominay and Fred, surprise, surprise, and Bruno in behind Cristiano Ronaldo, and maybe a slight surprise, Mason Greenwood.
They can't play together. What's going to happen?
We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, won't we?
They can't play together.
What do you make of that team? Let us know in the comments what you make of that team. Let me go through it again until we've got the graphic up on screen. You've got David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly and Luke Shaw as your centre-backs and defence. Then you've got Scott McTominay and Fred in the middle of the park, with Bruno in behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Mason Greenwood. Ole hasn't a bloody clue. Cavani injured. Is Cavani injured? Yes.
Yes, he is.
He is injured. Cavani's injured, so for a lot of people mentioning Cavani in the comments, he's not available. But Lindelof is available.
He did something to his tendon when he came off against Atalanta, which is why he's not featuring in the squad, which is why Mason Greenwood's in.
Yeah.
But
are you surprised he's in over Rashford?
Yeah, because Rashford's been in fantastic form, even off the bench. I think he's got 3 in 4 or 3 in 5 now after Atalanta.
Is it not 4 or is it 3?
It could be 3 in 4. It could be 4 in 5. It could be 3 in 5. It could be 4 in 5. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I get
close,
you.
but
at least 3.
It's at least 3, and he is in, as you said, he's in very good form. But obviously, Ollie's seen something in training. He loves talking about training. Yeah. He said Cavani was the best training session he's ever seen last week. So he's obviously saw something in training where Mason Greenwood's turned up. And all this conversation about how Greenwood and Ronaldo can't play together. It's a load of absolute
a training
bollocks.
session so sublime that his legs have fallen off in the preceding 7 days.
It's bollocks that they can't play together because
No.
they're professional footballers. Mason Greenwood grew up watching this guy. Are you telling me they can't play together?
And also, they've just not played together. That's the thing. I don't know how many games they've played together. I would guess a maximum of 7. Do you know what I mean? You can't say, this is the thing that does made him with Sancho. Sancho's not in the squad. What's going on? We're like 12 games into the season here. Like, Mason Greenwood and Ronaldo can't play together. Maybe there's been a couple of teething issues. They've played a handful of games together in their lives. What do you expect them to just be Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal day one? It doesn't happen like that.
I hate this sort of slander about Sancho. Yes, he's gone 12 games and not gone anything, but he's just come into the team. Yeah. He's a £75 million 21-year-old. Yes, he's not in the team right now because we're playing 5 at the back.
Yeah, it's tough. It's going to be tough for him in this formation. But that's the problem with that a lot of people have with this formation, myself included. I think that many people see this as a emergency formation. It's like backs to the wall. Basically, save my job. Let's be defensive. Yeah, I don't think this is permanent. I think this is a short-term thing to bring a bit of stability defensively because we've been so bad, conceded so many chances. I know we were 1-0 down when Varane went off, but that wasn't much of a chance. De Gea just fucked up. Let's be honest. Their first goal against Atlanta.
I don't know how he didn't save that. I really don't.
Yeah, but in the time that we've played 5 at the back, we have conceded a lot less chances. 0 shots on target against Spurs, and again, no real chances against Atlanta. Yes, they scored, so I'm not saying it's infallible, but we needed that after the 5-0 against Liverpool, after the 4 against Leicester, after the 2 against Atalanta the week before. We needed that, and then you go back to the 2 for the second half of the week, midweek, and then we concede again. Conceded a lot more chances as well. It wasn't just the goal. Yep. We looked sloppier. We didn't look as good. I can see why he's doing it, and people like Jadon Sancho might miss out a little bit while we're doing it, but I don't think that's a problem long term. It's, he's a good player. He's going to do well, and he's going to get in the team. No problem. Let us know what you think to the team in the comments. Someone says, boo-hoo, Donny van der Beek doesn't play because he has been invisible when he does. That's Ida there. Aggressive. There's the team, look. And there's the intro, and there's the team again. You've got De Gea. Let's go through it again. Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Bailly, and it's changed. Everything all right? Yeah, bit of laughing behind the camera. That's the team because Varane's not fit. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Bailly, Maguire, and Shaw. Then you've got McTominay and Fred. Then you've got Bruno. Then you've got Ronaldo and Greenwood. And that's the real team. The substitutions, Henderson, Telles, Dalot, Lingard, Matic, Van der Beek, Martial, remember him, Rashford, and Sancho. So some good options off the bench.
I would love to see the City team. I want to see what they're doing.
I like that. We'll get that.
I want to see our competition.
Let's get that
today.
For you. Let's get that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to find it. But
C squared in the producer box. Scream out the City team to us.
Here we go. I
Here
can't
we
read
go.
that.
I can't read it.
Here we go. We've got Edison.
Is Kevin De Bruyne as a false 9?
Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Rodrigo, Gundogan in midfield. We've got Bernardo, De Bruyne, who has kept his place despite being quite poor this season so far. And they've got Jesus actually playing with a striker for once, and Foden. So no Grealish, the £100 million man, has to take a seat on the bench next to Scott Carson, Ake,
Scott Carson.
Sterling, Grealish, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Mahrez, and Palmer as well.
It's a great bench, that, isn't it?
It is.
I hate saying that, but it's full of bleeding talent, like.
Yeah, but so is ours.
Have they got 2 keepers on the bench?
Who have they got? Carson
Scott
and
Carson and Zach
Steffen.
Oh,
as
they
well.
must be worried, eh?
Yeah.
They must be worried.
Hey, you can't bring them both on, lads.
Hey!
You only allowed one. Cheers, anyway. Have a good day.
36-year-old man forcing City to bring 2 keepers on their bench.
You only
Manchester
allowed one.
United FC. Yeah?
Yes, that's more like it. Striking fear into the heart of Manchester City. Someone says, this is Jav, says Joe is one of the most delusional United fans I've ever seen.
Why is this guy?
Why
have you clicked on the video
I think he thinks
to
you're-
bring smoke?
I think he thinks you're called Joe.
Do you think I'm called Joe?
You don't have to delete it. Ross, he's allowed to say that. Jeez. Really, ruling with an iron fist in the comments today. He's allowed to say that, don't worry about it. I'm only joking.
Keep it coming, yeah? Keep it coming.
Someone's saying 3-5-2 is the formation. What do you make of the whole, it's 3-5-2, no, it's 5-3-2? Do you care?
Who's asked?
Yeah. Some people do
When
seem
we're
to be
defending, it's 5. When we're attacking, it's 3. Why are people so bothered about whether it's 3 or 5? Do they take offence if we're playing 5 at the back? It's solidified, as you mentioned before, it's solidified a struggling United team and to preserve the manager's job. Of course he's changed it. Of course he's going to change it. He's going to keep going forward with the formation because we're leaking goals left, right and centre.
Yeah, we are.
1 clean sheet in, what, 21? 22?
I think it's 2 clean sheets in
Or
22.
2?
Which, by
with
the
Spurs,
way,
yeah, sorry,
isn't
with
much
Spurs.
better.
Yeah, no, it's not. 2 in 20. It's like...
I'm not like, oh, actually, it's been great. I'm just,
actually.
you know, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, I think it's Wolves and Spurs are the only clean sheets in the last, 22 games, yeah. Someone's saying here, it's a very similar team to the one that got battered by Liverpool. Why not change it? That's Mr. Rage Apex says. McFred, hand on face emoji. So he's playing a similar team that got beat 5-0 to Liverpool. Why not put Jadon Rashford, switch it up, saying now 4-0 loss? The problem is, this is our team, isn't it? Ronaldo's going to play. It's a different formation, which is hopefully will make a big difference to the Liverpool game. We haven't got many centre-backs left. Maguire's obviously not fully fit still, it seems to me, or even if he is fully fit, he's playing terribly at the moment.
Yep.
Lindelof isn't fully fit, we know that, because there was a question about whether he'd even play. I can't see a 2 of those 3 playing together. You're either playing Bailly, who's, yes, he had a great game against Atalanta, but has barely played in the last 6 months.
Yep.
So what would be the other option? You play him with just Lindelof, who's not fit, or you play him with Maguire, who's terrible at the moment. At least with 3, you get a bit more cover. There's another man there.
Yeah, it's insurance. And that's why you can see why he's done that. It's complete insurance. And yeah, Maguire doesn't look fit. Lindelof definitely isn't, as you mentioned. Bailly has he's not played a lot of games running up to this. There was talk about him challenging Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the dressing room 2 weeks ago. No, to a thumb war, I heard.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah.
It's like the same
arm
thing, but just on a
wrestles.
smaller scale, isn't it?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Is an arm wrestle the same as a thumb war? Let us know in the comments, because I don't think
they're
it is.
the same. Roughly. I know that the outcomes are the same, isn't it? Still
What? I'd beat you in both of them.
Still getting a slap, aren't you? Like the video. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes. Come on, let's get to 1,000 likes. Give the video a like.
We can do it. I believe
1 like
in you
equals
lot.
1
I
shot
believe
on
in you
target
lot.
for Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think he can have 1,000
Oh.
today. So yeah, please like the video. Yeah, it's not the same as the Liverpool one, I don't think.
Will we see Van der Beek today?
I was just thinking that. No. Do you think we will?
I think if we're drawing last 15, I genuinely think we could see him on. Because he was actually very good when he came on against Atalanta midweek.
He's a good player. He's a good player. And in the right scenario, he definitely makes sense to come on and to start for United. I'm not surprised he's not starting in this formation because really it's Bruno's role and he's not going to take that off him. But definitely I think there's an option. I think the same with Sancho as well, like we saw midweek. Also, I thought looked sharp coming on, and it's good to have options like that off the bench. Cavani is injured, for anyone who's wondering. I don't think he'd leave him off the subs and out of the team as well. But
if he's fit,
Cavani's
he plays in
injured.
this game. Simple as. Simple as.
Yeah, I agree. I think if everyone was fit, we'd have had the same teams, the one that started against Tottenham.
Absolutely.
Ronaldo.
Hey, we're reliant
I know.
on a 36-year-old.
I'm almost sort of reluctant
almost
to talk about
37-year-old man to pull us through games and drag us. The amount, he's the most clutch player ever in it.
Yeah.
Just in the past 2 weeks, the past 3 games, he's scored what? 3 90-plus minute goals?
Well,
I think
yeah.
2 of them have been winners and one of them have been.
Yeah, the first Atalanta one was
clinchers.
80 something minute, wasn't it? But yeah, he's scoring late winners, late equalisers. It's weird. I was thinking the other day after the Atlanta game where you think he just keeps doing it, and you think how can he keep doing it? But then you think, but this is why he's the greatest ever, or in the conversation for greatest ever, because there are plenty of players who score loads of goals, who are good players, but don't have that last minute winner, trophy winning, like winning things for their team, scoring the big goals over and over again. I know it's too early in the season to win things, and he couldn't muster 6 goals, the lazy bastard, against Liverpool, so we won that. But he just does it, and I don't think there's anyone in the history of football who does it as often and with the regularity that he does. You just know he's gonna, and he can't do it every time, obviously, because he's a human being. But to just do it in the Champions League 3 times, we've won 3 games. We lost to Young Boys, and we picked up points in the 3 other games, and he scored a winner or equaliser in all of those games. You just can't stop him. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in football before. Even Messi doesn't have that. I don't even know what it is. Like, he's got that. Remember Drogba used to have it in cup finals. You're like, Drogba's scoring.
Yeah.
But then imagine Drogba.
Tell you what, he didn't score in Champions League
that's
final
true,
2008.
That was like one of the only ones he didn't. He did score in some FA Cup finals against us. But you think he put that like mentality and that kind of inevitability into someone who's infinitely more skilled and talented than Drogba. And Drogba was good. But it's just like, it's a mix that you've just never seen. And then you add to that this inhuman ability to stay fit. I know he's kept himself fit. He's in the gym, the ice bath, the whatever, 1 a.m. workouts. I get that. But most people in the world are not just physically gifted enough to not have a substantial injury their whole career, no matter how hard they train. And to have that all in one human being is just absolutely mental, isn't it? How much do you think he's looking forward to playing in this game?
I think
he's
just relishing it.
And my second part of the question, how bad would you feel if he was playing in this game but for Man City? Which it looked like he might be about 3 days before we signed him.
Yeah, this week I saw on Twitter, I think it's one of these respected football Twitter accounts that aren't actually official, but they just leak news and stuff. They were talking about the Ronaldo transfer, saying that a 60-second phone call from Sir Alex Ferguson blocked a potential move to Man City. Now, I don't know if we've all seen this or heard this, but there was a leaked audio of Ronaldo talking to Portuguese on WhatsApp. Talking Portuguese.
Love that.
You're talking to anyone from Portugal. Talking Portuguese to one of his close friends.
Is that Portuguese? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Get him to Man United.
Take the piss, yeah.
No, go on.
He was talking Portuguese to one of his close friends, and he says both Manchester United and Manchester City. Translated, it says that he's going to either or.
Right.
So he was definitely considering it before it happened. Fergie's rung him up, 60-second phone call, apparently.
I like that 60-second phone call, like they know exactly how long it was. Like before Fergie, while he was ringing, he went to his wife, he went, start the clock. And he got a minute, turn the thing upside down.
How you doing on here? Are you good? Are you all right on here?
And then he goes that, and he goes, right, see you later. Time, 59 seconds. Get in! And he's signing for Man United. 60-second phone call. Fergie does it again. Like it's some big talent he's got. But yeah, no, I've seen those reports as well.
He's absolutely relishing this.
Yeah.
He's relishing this. He's the man for the big occasion, like Drogba. And just on a side point, we mentioned Drogba. I've always said, if you were ever going to do a Premier League all-time 11, my front 2 would probably be Drogba and Rooney.
Fuck you, Shearer. No Alan Shearer. No Henry.
No.
I like that.
No, Henry's my left.
Put him on
my
left. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ronaldo on the right.
Yeah, of course.
That's nice.
But I think Drogba was fucking amazing. I just have to say,
he just had that knack for scoring in big games, didn't he?
Big game player. Yeah.
Aditya Roger with a super chat.
Thank you, Ditty Roger.
Got it so wrong, and I haven't.
Said Ditty Roger.
Aditya Raju, I said.
You said Ditty Roger.
No, I didn't, and I also haven't read it yet. Let me read it.
It sounds like a.
In 3 years of Ole, we are now the underdog against City. I'm sure Sir Alex never wanted this. We were the underdog against City in some games under Sir Alex for starters, and secondly, we've been the underdog against City for almost all of the last 7 years. So that's not something that Ollie's brought in by himself.
Take a look at who's joining us.
Yes,
Fresh
our
off the
very
pitch.
own Ronaldo. How you doing?
Doing all right, man.
Is his mic on?
Why are you wearing shorts?
Because I'm hungover, and these are my Derby shorts. Let's get this in here.
Then why are they cream coloured?
Because
The
what
Derby.
colour do you want them to be?
I wouldn't be black.
I'm gonna lie to you, yeah, but
Is his mic on? Because I can't.
I can't hear him through my headset. Boys.
We'll sort it out. It's not like we've had an hour to prep everything. Stand up then, Joe. Right. This is what you've done, Ronaldo. You come in, you highlight the shorts. I've got to stand up.
You didn't have to do this.
Do I look like Nigel Thornberry?
Like,
I've got the legs of Nigel Thornberry under this table. Why is that shocking? All right, then I could say something about you with your tracksuit bottoms on.
yeah.
They should be different, and they should be a different colour,
So
apparently.
abnormal.
No, that is normal.
You're wearing cream shorts.
They're not cream.
They are cream.
They're bone.
Bone.
Yeah.
Does that make it
like
better?
the business cards from American Psycho. It doesn't make it better, but I don't think it makes it worse. So that's all we need to
What we've
know.
got from this watch-along is Joan has...
Right.
Joan?
Killian Wallace. Joe going back to school after the game with them shorts.
Yes!
Killian, get out of here, mate.
Yes!
We don't need that back
This
to
is the
school.
content
Someone
we
said
want.
he's got PE after this. Oh, no. Cheers for this. Shorts and a long sleeve. Yeah.
Yeah, they are too short as well.
Get over it. They're not too
quite
short. They're
short,
too
aren't
short once I've prized my legs up to get them on a table. They're just above knee height when I'm standing.
Those are the things you got to think about when you buy shorts.
What, am I going to be putting my legs on a table
Yeah,
during
yeah.
a watch-along
You gotta have
after I've been exposed by
movability,
Ronaldo?
innit?
I always think about that.
Got to
Anyway.
think about when you're stretching out.
Have you seen the team?
Yeah, I've seen the team.
What do you
What
think?
do you make of it?
Pretty much what was expected, apart from probably thought that we'd have Rashford instead of Greenwood.
Yeah, what do you make of that? Why do you think that is? Just fitness thing?
There's rumours there's probably something slightly up with Rashford in it. I don't know
Oh,
if
is
he's
there?
unwell or whatever. That's
Oh,
what
dear.
was going on the old Bird app, but
Is that what you call Twitter?
The old bird app.
I like that.
you know what I'm saying. Tweety pie.
The old bird app, you know what I'm saying? That's mint. That's mint.
Jules Nixon with the super chat says, thanks for the show. Joe, you earned this. Thank you for the super chat. See, my legs get cash.
What, OnlyFans?
Yes. Well, actually, no, not
Did he
no.
super chat just for your legs? Or did he do it to say thank you?
you
and
basically-
no, I don't know. Please let us know, because I don't know whether you've super chatted just to see Joe's legs.
If he super chatted you for your legs,
I think it was for the legs. Is that
What's
right?
Keep an eye out for that,
what's
because I want to
different-
see the answer.
what's
here.
different between that and OnlyFans?
Yeah, you provided a service of
Well, first
skin
of all,
and flesh
OnlyFans.
for money.
Okay, thank you. But firstly, OnlyFans is a subscription-based model where you have to pay to access. My legs were free at the point of viewing. Yeah? He then chose to reward those legs with cash.
Can you not do that? Can you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know which
On OnlyFans?
cash.
So,
God,
yeah.
who it is. We're in for a great day today, guys, aren't
Yeah. Well, just your overall thoughts on the game, because we've not really heard from you about this. I've not spoke too much this week. What are you thinking? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you optimistic? What are your thoughts on
I'm
the game?
nervous. I'm nervous, but I feel like that's been the general thought process for the past few weeks. Anyway, it's been a kind of nervy,
Going into games.
expecting the worst, so that you know that kind of expecting the worst, so your disappointment's a little bit lessened in case it goes wrong. Kind of vibe. It's like a bit of a cop out, but
It is a bit, yeah. It's hard, it's a tough way to live your life, though, isn't it?
the way that my thought process was before the Liverpool game was Liverpool seemed to be a game that I thought United could nick something because of the way, because I watched quite a bit of Liverpool this season just to see how they're getting on, and they afforded a lot of teams opportunities, and especially when you've got pace, they have a really high line. I thought we could expose them that way. I thought that was the game out of the big teams when you're talking about Liverpool, City and Chelsea that United probably had the best chance against. And then that didn't materialise.
But then-
And I thought City and Chelsea are probably two teams that we playing in the next few weeks that are probably even worse in terms of structurally, in
Stylistically.
terms of stylistically coming up against them in this United team. So I'm actually more worried about this game than I even was against Liverpool.
I'm worried about this game because of the fluidity that City play with. They don't. Gabriel Jesus is technically a centre forward, but Pep's got him playing right wing, and he's switching between Foden and De Bruyne as a false nine. The fluidity up top is ridiculous, and I don't feel Harry Maguire's form now is absolutely pants. Eric Bailly's not got much game time. Victor Lindelof's literally just come back from an injury. He's definitely not fit.
No.
So them three are going to struggle, which is why I think he's flooded the back and gone to a back five. Well, not gone to a back five. He's been playing for 3 games, but he's still doing that. And I think it was expected that he was going to play a back five today.
The thing is, though, and I agree with what you're saying. In my head, I think Liverpool, we can counter-attack and we can get them a bit more. But in recent years, we've not. I don't think Ole's beat Liverpool in the league. Or if he has, it's not been much. We generally don't do well against Liverpool, and yet we do tend to do quite well against City. Also, this City team has drawn 2, lost 2 already this season, which is only
last week.
Which is only one loss worse than United, one loss better than United. And again, as we know,
their form has been a little bit indifferent this season. Who their losses come against? They lost against Crystal Palace last week. They had a bit of a sending off early. Don't know how much stock you can put in that. I think City have. Crystal Palace are a little bit of a bogey team for Manchester City, I think, as well. I don't know who the other loss came up against.
I'll have to have a look, but yeah,
I can have a look. But I think they beat Chelsea, haven't they? I think they were responsible for Chelsea's only loss in the league so far. So it's a bit hit and miss for City, but when they're hit, we could be in some serious trouble, and that's the problem. And we can look at City and talk about how they're in third place now, and they've had 2 losses, only 1 loss more than us. And if we win, we get 3 points, and we level on points with them. And looking at it that way, but
that's why I think that's the biggest game of the season so far.
Yeah, it was Tottenham, of course, first game of the season.
Yeah, Tottenham. All right. So this season, it's not like teams have to be that special to have joy against us, and that's the problem. So you can look at the little frailties that City have, and they're not being at their imperious best, as we've seen from the past couple of seasons. But it's just a worrying factor that teams haven't had to be that great to play.
You haven't think about
look at Aston Villa.
Villa was a smashing grab in a corner. Yeah, and look at them now. Yeah, exactly. Look at the form they're in right now. Everton, the frustration of the goal that they scored when Varane and Luke Shaw aren't running back as quick as they should do. Fred gets bodied by Damari Gray in the central midfield.
Twice in about 3 seconds.
Yeah? But as Ronnie said, it's so easy to have joy against us right now, which is why this is the biggest game of the season. Not just for our Premier League position, getting on points level with City if we beat them, who are, yes, they're having a bit of an indifferent season, but Ollie's apparently this absolutely pants manager who can't do anything right at United, yet will be level on points with City after a win, if we do indeed beat them.
Beating them is the thing, isn't it? Because that's where it looks more and more difficult. AK with the super chat says, "What if you lose 2-1 and have a good game? Are we going to get on the Ole out bandwagon?" I mean, I think you just gotta take it as it comes, haven't we? But the thing I'd like to see today is us looking like we're competing on the same level or a similar level to Man City. That was the worrying thing about the Liverpool game. Obviously, 5-0 is in and of itself is bad, but as we saw with the 6-1, they weren't 10 times better than us that day. They were better than us, and they got some good late goals. But we didn't play as badly in the 6-1 as we did in the 5-0.
Yeah,
Liverpool just destroyed us. We didn't know what to do. We looked clueless. We couldn't keep the ball. We couldn't stop them just passing through us. I want to look as though we're a team on a similar level to Man City, and I know that's such a shit place to be. And whatever happens with the manager will happen. But we need to start looking like a proper football team.
That's unlikely. It's good because it's unlikely that. Who knows, innit? We could pull one out of the bag. It's a derby. Anything that can happen on the day. But even when looking at one of City's draws this season coming up against Liverpool, I think it was a 2-2. Remember watching that game. That was game in the season. That was the highest level of football I've seen.
Yeah, but we're not going to be that level. I'm not expecting that.
That's my worry because I remember watching that game and thinking this current United team looks a world away from that.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't. But the thing is, that shouldn't be the case with the personnel that we've got in the team. So then obviously we've gone over why coaching.
And I think that's the thing. I don't think Ollie's safe by any means. I think he's still going to go. To be honest,
are we going to miss Paul Pogba today?
Maybe as an option. Maybe someone to come off the bench depending on the situation. But
would you have started him if he was available?
No,
I don't think he would have started.
Would you have started him though?
He wouldn't have started if he was available, especially with the formation we played. He was always going to go with the safer option of McFred, just for legs, work rate. That's pretty much what they offer week in, week out. The issue is they don't really offer much more than that. It's a problem. And against the City team, we've had a lot of focus coming up into this game on how we stop them going forward. And we've not thought about how we're going to hurt them the other way, because obviously City have this kind of high pressing style. They win the ball back straight away. And they're going to fill the midfield with players as they always do, central overloads. That's their kind of, that's their adage.
That's their thing.
That's their thing. I'm worried about Fred and McTominay getting the absolute runaround in there. And I'm worried about their ability to make quick and incisive passes when you actually receive the ball on transitions or countering, because I don't think they've got the ability to do that.
That's what I'm most worried about.
Do you know what I'm saying? And we've only got very few chances to do that in this game, because I know what's going to happen. We're going to be sitting back, similar to how we played against Tottenham, trying to soak up pressure and hit them on the break. That is why even if Cavani was fit, he probably wouldn't have started, because I think a front two of Cavani and Ronaldo, with all the quality it has, it probably doesn't work well in this game in terms of hitting them on the counter with pace. That's why I think if Rashford, you got Rashford and Greenwood who are two pacey players, and that's probably going to be our outlet, because my worry is, I'm looking at this 3-5-2, I'm thinking where's going to be outlet when we sat in.
Well, hopefully you'll get the fullbacks pushing on, and you can play into Greenwood and Ronaldo can hold the ball up.
It's annoying that they're showing this when they beat us 2-0 at Old Trafford in 2019. I think that's the last time that City beat us.
Is it?
League. Yeah.
In the league, yeah. We've lost to them a couple of times in the League Cup since then.
Yeah.
But Jules Nixon with another super chat saying, of course it was for the leg showing. Cheers, mate. Great to hear the views of actual fans unsure what to do today with no Torquay game. Interesting. Torquay fan in the chat. Very interesting.
Well, this is what he's doing, innit? He's watching us.
Yeah, I know what you're doing, so you're watching this.
Hey.
The lineup, we'll go back to the lineup in just a second. This is James Ducker of the Telegraph on why Rashford's on the bench. Rashford has been under the weather the past couple of days, as you sort of alluded to there, Ronaldo. So no surprise, to only see him on the bench for Manchester United. Sounds like he's got a bit of some kind of illness or something. Under the weather usually means illness, does it?
Under the weather.
I don't really get it.
Everybody's under the weather.
Yeah,
technically.
No, astronauts aren't.
Yeah, it is true.
Astronauts aren't.
That's true, that.
Okay, 99.99, a copious amount of nines.
Hell of a lot of nines.
Of people are under the weather.
Yeah.
But why do you have to describe it like that? Just say he's unwell, he's on the bench.
Yeah, he's got the shits. Just say whatever it is. Whatever
Imagine it is the shit.
What, doing Eric Dyer? He gets on the pitch and he has to jog back.
Do you think any players ever played with a nappy on because they had the shits?
Gary Lineker.
Do you think they do? I bet they have. Can we get the team back up on the screen just so we can go through that again? So everyone can see it for anyone who hasn't already, and we'll go through the City team as well in just a second. It's David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka at right wing back, then it's Lindelof, Bailly and Maguire, which we're going to talk about in a second, and then Luke Shaw on the left, a midfield three of Fred, McTominay and Bruno Fernandes, and then up front Cristiano Ronaldo and Mason Greenwood. Substitutes Henderson, Telles, Dalot, Lingard, Matic, Van der Beek, Martial, Rashford and Sancho. Ronaldo, talk to me about this back three. Because Maguire, I think, is having the worst time he's had at United. I think he's in the worst form he's been at since he joined the club. Eric Bailly has barely played in the last 6 months. And Victor Lindelof, by Solskjaer's own admission, is only just fit for this game. What are your thoughts on them three?
It's not what you want to hear, because Varane's had these injury issues this season, but when he's played, he's been by miles our best and most consistent defender in a very, very poor defensive team this season. So he brings a little bit of composure and a calmness to the back line when he does play. And that
are you saying you don't get calmness from Eric Bailly?
Get the opposite.
You actually
Eric Bailly was absolutely, I think he was world class against Atalanta, which is saying something, because we conceded 2 goals again and they probably could have scored a couple more. But the thing with Eric Bailly is he almost got injured in that game. That's what you usually get from him. He's really mercurial, isn't he, in the way that he plays. Sometimes he's amazing. Sometimes he can do stuff that make you kind of cover your face and hide.
Mad, isn't it?
He's a scary player. Like I said, the thing with Varane, you get in when the whole Rolls Royce thing. It's a kind of an overused thing at this point, but it means you're cruising at 60 miles an hour. You don't even feel the bumps in the road. Eric Bailly's a speedway bike. He's incredible. He flies out the blocks, but there's no brakes and you're on gravel. So you don't know what is happening. He can be amazing, but it's not. He's the opposite of a Rolls Royce, isn't he? Yeah. He can be a great player. I wonder as well if his playing style adds to his injuries, Because, like you said, he's
Erratic.
flying through the air. He's like jumping everywhere. He's like that block he did was incredible. But he's like 4 feet off the ground, just flying through the air like that, blocking it, getting his arms out the way, smashing his face into things.
That's
like
what we want. We want
you
players
do
to
want
die
that,
for the
but
club.
he gets injured every 2 weeks. I know a lot of it's muscular, and he's not like, oh, he's banged his head on, he jumped off a swing on a playground. He's not like ridiculous. But sometimes you think the way he plays can't help but hurt himself sometimes.
Listen, so much athleticism.
Ridiculous.
But obviously, we're talking about Baye. We're talking about Maguire. We said that he's been in the worst form he's been. If he performs anything like how he's been performing recently, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he has had some absolutely disastrous
some
performances.
shockers, hasn't he?
He's had some shockers, and it's almost like his body language is terrible as well. When you're looking at him as he's supposedly meant to be our captain and skipper, I think it should be Ronaldo or Bruno.
I think it should be Bruno.
Bruno, who should be captain. It shouldn't be Maguire. Maguire looks like someone that talks a big game. He gives off this kind of bravado that he thinks he's a lot better than he is, and he thinks that he should be this leader and this skipper. But none of his performances and the way that he actually plays kind of signifies that. And in a team full of stars as well and egos, you do need a big kind of presence to be a captain. I don't know if Maguire's that guy. I think if Maguire's trying to tell players what to do and what they should be and trying to hold them to account, I think they're looking at him like, do your own job first, correct? And you kind of got this last year. Who remembers that incident when away at Palace when Maguire shouted something at Rashford?
So Rashi get on side, didn't
for being on side, and then Rashford just turned around and basically told him, shut, like...
Yeah,
but
that happens with captains anyway, though, doesn't it? It's not like he's his boss. It's not like it's a teacher at school. There's a respect level. But we don't know that someone shouting back at someone means that there's no respect. I'm not saying there is.
I know what I mean. I know, like the way he did it. It's like that's just basically one situation.
Yeah.
But I'm just when I watch Maguire and even in the past, even though when he has had decent performances, I don't really get that kind of leaderish vibe from him.
Yeah, I don't think he's not like a commanding type personality. I don't think.
Because the issue is, people will say it's not a fair comparison, but you got to compare him to. He's a similar price tag, even more expensive than when Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk. So that's always been the comparison. And it seems like they've been worlds apart in terms of performances.
I think the problem with that comparison for me is
impact.
There are other players who are 65 million quid plus, who none of which are as good as Virgil van Dijk. Like there's loads of transfers.
But Maguire is the most expensive centre half of all time.
Yeah, he is, and he should be better. He should be better than he is. I agree with that. But I think most, very few defenders in the world are Virgil van Dijk, regardless of how much they cost.
No, but I'm just relating it to one sign for Liverpool for 72 million and one sign for United.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
There's more
of
an equivalence there. I'm not saying it's his fault, but it's a fact.
But when we signed him, did anyone honestly sit here and think he's as good as Virgil van Dijk?
He
no
was
one
off
thought
the
he
back
was
of the
that
World
good.
Cup, wasn't it, when we signed him?
Well, he's more expensive than him, so that should.
No,
tell
but
you
but again though, that's because of United's negotiating skills.
Because he's English.
Well, maybe that adds to it. Yeah, it seems to add to it, doesn't it? English players tend to go for more.
Yeah, they cost. Just how it is.
Yeah,
and I was going to say
that's United's negotiating ability. Leicester's position of power compared to Southampton's. Van Dijk had barely played since whenever it was that he basically went on strike. It's not Maguire's fault that he cost that much, but he still needs to be better. But I just think it's unfair it's not necessarily unfair. I get the comparison, and like you said, he's the most expensive centre-back ever. But some of that's because United are shit at negotiating, and we get everyone for 20 million quid more than they should be.
My thought process is they were both brought in to have a similar kind of impact. That was a thought process when you buy in a centre-half for that much.
Yeah,
Van Dijk's had it. Maguire hasn't, and that's just fact. And it seems like it's deteriorating over time for him as well. People are saying that he played well in the Euros. I'm not sure he was that great in the Euros. I think
we don't think he was good. Come on, that's unfair. That you don't think he was good in the Euros?
I think he
didn't put a foot wrong in the Euros.
I don't know why, for a centre half to be apparently world class and be the most expensive defender in the world, why he doesn't seem to perform great unless he's basically being accommodated or helped by a little bit of pace, a little bit of athleticism next to him, or some sort of
John Stones
balance.
Isn't that, is he?
No, he played a back three where Kyle Walker.
Yeah, but Kyle Walker's on the other side. It's John Stones in the middle. Kyle Walker's the other side.
No,
of
I remember watching the games, Joe. It was a back three with Kyle Walker, Stones, and Maguire.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling Maguire getting caught out a few times, and then Kyle Walker bailing him out with pace, and that seems to be why, which is the main reason.
But 80 million quid doesn't give him pace. Though,
no,
does
wait.
it?
Why do you think we've signed Varane in the first place?
Yeah.
To improve defensively, but everyone could see, every United fan could see, that Maguire needs that kind of pace, and that next to him is a perfect partner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here saying that Maguire's a terrible defender.
No, but you said that you weren't impressed with him in the Euros, which I think is unfair because I think he had a better Euros than Kyle Walker did, who used his pace a couple of times to bail himself out of bad passes.
I wasn't basically looking at it in or how he played. I'm talking about the whole.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
I'm talking about the whole context of him needing a centre half next to him or players next to him certain attributes to look good, and if he doesn't, he seems to struggle and get caught out quite often. I'm comparing that to the fact that if you are the most expensive defender in the world, you need to be better than that, and you need to not require that, and you need to have a certain ability 1v1.
Doesn't every player though have to have that sort of catalyst, but the aid with them? You think of great defensive partnerships, Rio and Vidic. Rio had the pace, was the calm, sort of composed one. Vida was the sort of a million times better version of Eric Bailly, where he'd put his head where players won't put their feet. He'd be that almost erratic defender, but he had that knowing. Maguire doesn't really have that knowing, and yes,
he's not the same defender as Vidic.
No, I'm not saying that by a million miles, but yeah, he needs the help because he hasn't got the pace. It's like Joe said, 80 million won't get you the pace. You buy the player for what he was, and
he definitely improved our defence, though,
after
didn't
the World Cup,
he came in and improved our defence.
We needed a centre half.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he came.
I'm not going to lie.
The defence, didn't he?
It didn't. The defence that he came and improved, he was going to be an improvement by default. He wasn't a great defence.
But again, though, you're being unfair there because you're saying he didn't have a great Euros because Kyle Walker was faster than him or bailed him out a couple of times. You're saying that
I didn't say he didn't have a great Euros. I said he weren't that amazing. As people try to make out.
I said that he had a really good Euros, and you said you weren't that impressed by him. Either way,
that's not me. That's not me saying he wasn't great. There's a big difference between the two.
Okay, right. So you weren't impressed by him, but he was.
I don't think he was as impressive as people made out. No.
But then it's also unfair to say he improved the defence, but anyone would have improved the defence. That's unfair because at some point you've got to give him a bit of credit. I'm saying he's in the worst form he's been at United. He's been terrible. He's been like making the defence worse. If Varane was fit, I would have dropped Harry Maguire. But I think it's unfair to say, well, anyone would have improved it because we did have defenders there who, people like Chris Smalling, who people look back after he went to Roma and went, should we have had him back? Like, he still improved on those players. And it's not his fault he cost 80 million quid. He was the best option available at the time, seemingly, who, Jose had wanted the year before and City had wanted as well.
I didn't say it was his fault.
No, I know.
I didn't say it was his fault he costed it. I didn't say that. It was his
fault.
No,
I know. I'm not saying you did say it's his fault, but I'm saying sometimes I think that comparison to Van Dijk is slightly unfair because not one person when we bought Maguire thought he was going to be as good as Van Dijk was.
To compare Van Dijk and Maguire?
I don't think it's unfair to compare their price, but what did you genuinely think that Maguire was going to be as good as Van Dijk?
They're both coming to similar statures of club.
Yeah.
For similar price tags to have a similar impact.
No, but I don't think it was to have a similar impact. I don't think. Did you expect Maguire to do what Van Dijk did at Liverpool? Honestly, based on what you'd seen of Harry Maguire at Leicester.
If you buy a defender for 80 million.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You say you're not blaming for the price tag, but you can't take the price tag out of it. He didn't pick his own price tag. He was brought in to improve the team.
I didn't say he didn't. But the fact that he didn't pick his price tag's irrelevant. That's basically he's most expensive defender in the world, and what comes with that is expectation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is based on the man himself, not the price tag. Let's take the price tag out of it. Based on Harry Maguire and what he'd done at Sheffield United, at Hull and at Leicester, did you think he would be anywhere near as good as Van Dijk was at Liverpool?
He was expected to have a similar impact on the team. Okay. And that is why you pay that much for him. What were your
expectations, though? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking your thoughts on him.
To be better than he has been.
Okay.
He's had good spells. He's had good spells. He's had bad spells.
Catch you out. I just wanted to know what your expectation of him was. And I would have hoped he'd been better than he has. I'll agree with that.
And the worrying part is you go into a team now where it's probably the best team we've had since he's been here.
Yeah.
and his form's
He's
deteriorating.
looking worse than ever.
So-
It was since that injury, wasn't it? Since he come back from that injury, and everyone was crying for him to come back after that injury, because if he's not in the team, everyone's worried.
Yeah.
But then when he is the team, everyone's slating him. Why can't? Yes, he's in fucking terrible form,
Yeah.
but just get behind him.
Hopefully it is just
You know,
form.
yes, he's
because he
making
has been a
mistakes
lot
now
better
and
than
then, but
this.
Get behind him.
Yeah.
It's just form.
And I wonder-
Watch him have an absolutely unbelievable game today. Watch him
Let's
have
hope so.
watch,
I think
watch
he's
him
gonna
have a
get
mint
skinned, to
game.
be honest.
Well, fucking hope so.
That's what we all want.
Yeah,
innit?
of course.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How much do you think the fact that him and Luke Shaw, do you think it's him making Luke Shaw worse? Do you think Luke Shaw's making him worse? Do you think they're both just having a bit of a shit start to the season together? Because sometimes it feels like that corner of the pitch at the minute, like everything that goes down there, Shaw's not closing his men down, he's not tracking back, he's not getting there, and then Maguire is unable to sort of bail Shaw
Bailing
out.
out.
What do you make of those two as a little partnership out there? Because they're both really struggling at the minute, aren't they?
They are. I think obviously Shaw's gone a little bit backwards in terms of his form last season. But then again, the way Luke Shaw performed last season was arguably the best left back in the world for a whole 12 months. It's going to be difficult to kind of keep up with that standard, but that's how you kind of cement yourself with that world-class label. It's consistency. I think that's one of the major attributes of world-class players. It's consistency. So how often you do it and how long you do it for. And if you go backwards after a season, then it's worrying. But then again, I sometimes look at the structure of the team at United and look at the defenders, and I think there's a lot asked of the midfield two and defenders with the way that we were set up with the 4-2-3-1 we had initially. And I think there's a lot of 1v1 exposure for all the players, and they're kind of required to be great at all times. There's not much cover. Obviously
Don't get to cruise through games very often, do they?
No, and but then again, you can't excuse for lapses in concentration, being out of position and stuff, which you've seen from Shaw this season. He's better going forward than he is defending. That's always been the case. But even that's gone a bit backwards a little bit now. Maybe in his back three, and he could go forward and might suit him a little bit. You don't know. He might be able to kick on in the next few weeks. But
yeah, hopefully just getting a bit of confidence back by not having to do quite as much defensively. He can actually like improve his mentality and then get back to where he was last season. Because some of it to me seems like I don't know if he's tired or he's just like
it's almost a hangover from the Euros. Isn't it? Like,
feels like something.
The only problem is with us playing out of the back now, especially with the lack of form of both Maguire and Luke Shaw. We saw it against Liverpool. Ollie's now got us playing from the back. Yeah. He's getting De Gea involved. He's getting the centre half to sort of build up as Guardiola does with City. But because they're so out of form, it's inviting the pressure that City play with.
It just playing into their hands.
Literally.
We're going to pass it out from the back, but we're all crap at the moment. Can you just give us a 5 yards extra space? Because if you press us, we'll lose it.
Yeah, and that's it's the most worrying part for me of this game. It's not City's fluidity. It's not the fact that they're an unbelievably strong attacking side. It's the fact that we will make and create our own mistakes from goal kicks and missed chances that they've had, because let's face it, if we give the ball away in our final third, when City are pressing, it's pretty bleak, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very, very, very worrying because of because of the prowess of their attack.
I know. Yeah, and any space at all, they'll exploit it, won't they? Let's go through City's team again then. If anyone's missed it, it's Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, and then Rodrigo and Gundogan in midfield with Bernardo and De Bruyne as well. Then it's Jesus and Foden. Presumably Jesus down the middle, maybe on the right with De Bruyne as a false nine. We'll sort of see it kick off, but good team. De Bruyne has not been at his best this season, has he?
No, he hasn't. Every game I've watched, he's looked a shell of himself.
Yeah.
I know that's going to be a jinx.
I know. He's going to be good now.
Performance today, but he's another one. He come off an injury in this season. He's looked miles off the standards that he's set. But when you're in a City team, the amount of players and the attacking talent they've got, they can get by with it. And I know you said City haven't been amazing going forward as they've been in the past. They've still scored. I think only maybe Chelsea and Liverpool have scored more than him, which is a three.
And they're not playing with the centre forward.
They haven't played with a centre forward either.
So they've scored 20 goals this season. West Ham also scored 20. Yeah, only City and Chelsea and Liverpool scored more than him, but only one more than United, surprisingly. But that's the difference. They've conceded 6. We've conceded 15.
Yeah, that's another one. City have been decent defensively, and quite often City are good defensively because teams just don't really have the ball enough to attack them.
That's something that needs sorting out rapid.
Our
15
defence.
goals
Yeah.
conceded compares to City 6.
Yeah, Chelsea conceded 3, Liverpool 8, United 15. More than Arsenal, more than West Ham.
Looking at we've conceded more than Wolves,
Brighton as well.
Brighton.
Southampton. Yeah, there's a lot of
Leicester-
teams
it's
that
a lot
have
of
conceded.
teams,
Leicester does. But yeah, that's something that we need to sort out. You're seeing Greenwood there. Are you surprised he's starting this, Jordan? Because I know that we've talked about this whole thing. You know, taking the piss before.
He's been incredibly in favour though.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I am, despite that, I am still surprised that he is starting the game because we talked previously about Rashford's form coming off the bench. He's scoring. He's looking like he's starting to be the player that we want him to be. Right. I would have started Rashford, knowing Cavani's injured. Personally, I would have started Rashford. And I think a lot of United fans would have started Rashford as well. But let's not forget, though, Mason Greenwood is still the best finisher at this club, isn't he? 20 years of age. He's probably relishing this game, being in the United academy from so young.
He's probably second behind Ronaldo now, isn't he?
Yeah, the past couple of goals he scored, he's probably blown him out. But
that one against Tottenham was ridiculous.
Technique. Oh, stop. City, right? But Mason Greenwood, I think he's relishing this game. How many times has he probably played against City in the youth academy?
I think they said this is his second one as a pro, but obviously, in the youth academy.
I think he'll be relishing this game.
Yeah.
I think, don't be surprised if he comes out and blows it out of the water today.
What do you reckon?
I was just surprised there, looking a little City warming up. Cancelo's basically just jumped in 2-footed on Foden in
Good.
a warm-up.
That's what you'd like to say. Good stuff.
I was good that.
Greenwood, are you surprised he started?
No, because I was even saying to Steve, what so one of Rashford or Greenwood had to start in terms of just that breakaway pace element on transition because we're not going to have much possession.
Yep.
I thought that one of them was going to start. I've always going to go for Rashford. Rashford's under the weather, and that's why Greenwood's starting instead. Like, realistically, Cavani's injured. Rashford's unwell. Who else was going to start in that position instead of him? So I wouldn't say it's a major surprise. I know people have been saying he started the season in great form, had a little bit of a dip. He's a young player still. But I think he's had a little bit of issues with his decision making. He's had that bit.
He's had a couple of sideways glances from Ronaldo.
He's had a bit of single-minded approach. Greenwood. He's definitely a goal scorer.
He's a striker, isn't he?
Through and through.
You were saying before about under the weather as a term, Jordan, and I've got the origin of it here, so we can all get it out of our system. As they so often are, it's a sailing term. Apparently, it's a nautical term for the days of old sailing ships. Any sailor who was feeling ill would be sent below deck to protect him from the weather. So you put him under the weather by being below deck. Go under the weather.
No, but they're
so
still
you're not
under
out
the
in
weather,
the rain.
even if you're at the top of the boat or at the bottom.
No, but you're not. No, that's not necessarily true because you're assuming that weather is just clouds. But by the time that the weather gets to the boat, you're in the weather. You ain't under it. You're within it.
No.
When you're being rained on, you're in weather.
No,
I believe
you're always under it. You're always under it.
Interesting, but that's where it comes from. So I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Are you actually under weather?
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you are under it. I think you're in it.
If you were in it, you'd be up there.
You got to think about.
It'd be foggy everywhere you look. If you're in a cloud.
It depends. It
That's
depends.
true. It depends what the weather is.
Depends because aren't like seas and lakes under us, and seas and lakes evaporate to make clouds.
Yeah.
That turn into rain. So it starts off.
Yeah. Sea level is as low as it gets.
Under us.
No.
Yeah. Owen, who's been a member for 11 months, thank you very much, mate. Says, confidence player, I think he's talking about Maguire from before. Playing well, he dribbles forward, breaks the line with passes, shouts and organises. When he's low, he looks like Bambi on ice. He does. He's got very obvious weaknesses, which I think, when he's got low confidence, can be exploited quite easily. That's his problem. Matt Woodburn said, can I get a shout out for Flashburn52? I'd love to be watching the game with him. Reckon it'd be a horrible match, but hope good company makes up for it. There you go.
Is he shooting his shot there?
Sounds like it.
Flashburn.
Good luck. I don't know if you know that person or if not. There you go. Arush with the super chat says, Law of Rhythm, we're crashing from all that happened last season. Euros, lockdown, 28 games unbeaten, same team every game, etc. The only way is up. I think amongst the tactical sort of problems that we do see under Solskjaer, I think people are forgetting how big a part confidence plays in football. And the fact that this team is just shot of confidence at the minute. Like, it's essentially the same team as last season, but, theoretically better now. We should be playing better than this. Let's say Ollie still, take Ollie out of it. We should be playing better than this.
The only problem I have with that comment is we're talking about how we have this sort of hangover from last season. Same team, lockdown, 28 games, blah, blah, blah. But why are none of the other teams suffering from that? Liverpool only made one signing, and he's barely played until last week when we played him. They're still the exact same team, and they're still firing on all cylinders. They're already through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. They look mega. So why are they not suffering from it? Why have Chelsea kept as many clean sheets as games they've played or whatever? I don't know the stats.
Yeah. They've conceded 3 goals.
So why is it us that are suffering from it? And we probably had arguably the best transfer window bar Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
So why are we the ones struggling? Yes, Varane's now injured. Yes, Ronnie's 36, going on 37, but he's still banging it in.
Yeah.
So why on earth is it us still suffering from the hangover? It's individual mistakes and it's players out of form. Liverpool just don't have those players who are struggling because they're doing mint right now.
Yeah.
But watch when the turn of the year comes. AFCON hits.
Yeah.
They lose Mane,
Yeah.
Salah, Naby Keita if he's back.
Yeah.
Watch.
We'll see.
I reckon there's going to be a switch.
Do you think, obviously coaching plays a massive part in it, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Do you think we've sort of been through all the weaknesses of Ole? We know the problems. We know the fact that, he seems to be walking on eggshells every minute. We're surprised. A lot of people are surprised he wasn't sacked after the Liverpool game. Do you think this could be his last game if we see another result like that? Or do you think that we're just kind of sticking with him, we'll take it to the end of the season, or we'll wait till a suitable manager is available and make it then? Because I think the decision has already been made. I don't really, unless obviously we win the league or the Champions League or something, he'll get another season. But I think we will have a new manager next season, almost regardless of what happens, whether it comes before Christmas, after Christmas, at the end of the year. I think we're waiting for the right person to become available. I don't even necessarily think it matters. But do you think if we have a big result here or a terrible result here that we could see a change this weekend?
Atalanta raised the pressure bar again. The issue is, if he loses at City and it's a disastrous performance again, it's something similar to Liverpool, it could be 50-50 whether he goes or not in the next week. The only issue is there's not an obvious replacement. We've allowed Conte to go to Tottenham.
Did you think he was an obvious replacement?
He was going to be the most obvious replacement.
Did we allow him to go?
I think
I don't think we allowed
the
him.
board obviously allowed him. It depends how you can contextualise.
He would have picked
that term,
United over
contextualise
Tottenham.
that term.
No,
It's not
100%.
Allowed as in he wanted to go to United, and United, Ollie was still here or didn't want him, and he's gone to Tottenham, so technically has allowed him.
I don't like the word allowed when it comes to that because we kept Solskjaer in. He's not.
Yeah,
we
but
didn't just go right there. You go off your pot.
Yeah, but by
because-
keeping Solskjaer in, you've allowed Conte to go to Tottenham. That's the point in the context of the situation.
I think if we didn't have a manager in, I think if they'd sacked Solskjaer after the Liverpool game and Conte had the choice, then he went to Spurs, then we'd have allowed him to go because they offered him. I think he's on something like it was either 13 or 17 million a season there, and if that money like sort of lured him over, if United was still available, then I think we allowed him.
But obviously we take into account the sort of the managerial landscape when you make decisions on Solskjaer. I think you would like to think so. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think we've kind of made our bed now and that's it? Even a big, like you see Neville there, you couldn't get beat by City, but if it's a big result or a really bad one, he could come under pressure. Or do you think we've kind of gone, you know what, we're sticking with him for now. No one we like is available. Let's wait and see. Or do you think if it's a 5-0 today, this could be the last game for Solskjaer?
5-0 is in serious trouble. No, you can't lose 5-0. Have two absolute pastings of two of your biggest rivals in world football within the space of a few weeks and stay in the job, especially with the way that we've been going this season. And looking at that table there, it could be looking bleak if we lose this game and the teams below us win. We could be in around 8th position.
I think if it's a
whatever.
battering, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
If it's a battering,
You
like,
can't
the
keep
performance
getting
is
battered
terrible.
by your biggest rivals,
No.
especially when you're supposed to be on a par with them. It's not like we're Sunderland in League One and we're playing Newcastle or something.
No.
And they beat. It's when at the start of the season we were talking about winning the league, and that's the expectation because of the squad we've got. So yeah, you can't just keep getting battered. But there's part of me that thinks I don't think he's going to be the manager next season. Almost no
I
matter
fully
what
agree
he
with
does.
you. I think that even if it's a battering today, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
But as you say, there's no time to negotiate with a manager who's not readily available right now, who's not in a job, because I think the most
The rumours are still like Poch, Ten Hag, and Rodgers are the three you see.
Rodgers, I
rumoured
wouldn't
a lot.
want to see.
No,
I
me
wouldn't want to see
neither.
at all.
But that's what
I'd
people
want to go Ten Hag for the job he's doing at Ajax. But then, of course, to try and lure him from an Ajax side who are already qualified.
You ain't getting him in November.
No, exactly. And even despite the fact we've got another international break, I think it's after this game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That 2-week period, or however long it is, isn't going to be enough time to get in a manager that you really, really want, unless they get to the end of the season, Solskjaer's still on the job, then they sack him, and then they've got the whole season to then push to get a new manager in with that summer, let him have a transfer window, etc., etc. But I agree with you, Joe, in the sense that I think he's gone at the end of the season. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think he's gone at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think unless it, like you said, Ronaldo, we see something drastic here, I think they've kind of got the plan ahead. I think they understand that they probably maybe have to look elsewhere, in the next 12 months.
Yeah,
but I think they've said you're safe for now.
It's based on replacement, isn't it? That's the issue. It's about who's actually out there. Zidane, Ten Hag. However, it's difficult getting managers mid-season as it is. I think Zidane's the only one. Obviously, he's clubless. And there's been rumours flying about on Bird Up.
About Zidane?
That Zidane was supposedly interested in the job.
Was he?
But it's not going to look great if we get a pasting today.
Well, there's less than 5 minutes to kick off.
Yeah, I was going to say,
people thought we got pressure alleviated by the Tottenham game, but I think after watching at Atlanta, it seemed like better performance against Tottenham, but it seemed like it had quite a lot to do with how poor Tottenham were.
Yeah, and also let's not forget as well, I think, whilst I agree with that, I also do think away at Atalanta is just a more difficult game than playing Tottenham.
Yeah.
Also, we did have to change the formation and the tactics halfway through the game because Varane got injured. It's obviously we should be able to do that. We're a football team, we should have multiple options. But it does distract and disrupt a team when you can't play this new style we're going for.
I think that was more of an indictment on the coaching and Oli, even more with the fact that when I thought that when Varane got injured, we looked like a complete mess for the rest of the game. Disjointed, didn't look organised, and there was more than enough time to make adjustments. And it just seemed like the whole kind of structure and organisation of the team completely disappeared. And that's when you're looking at the managers to kind of get that tied together. Because even I think Scholes was mentioning after the game, he just said it looked all over the place. You had Fernandes at right back taking throw-ins, and you had all sorts of players just on the pitch doing their own.
Did you see where it's like Cavani and Ronaldo up front?
Yeah.
Bruno was on the ball basically on the touchline, and the whole middle of the park was just empty. Although weirdly, I agree with you. We were by far worse. We played worse without Varane, and yet with him we lost 1-0. Without him we won 2-1, which didn't make sense. And obviously there was a huge element of luck and just great skill from Ronaldo in that.
Brilliance by Ronaldo.
Score predictions. Get your score predictions in the comments. We've got about 2 minutes till kick off. I'm getting nervous.
I'm shook, man.
What are you saying, Joe?
I just want to look like a proper team. I want to make chances. I don't want to just as long as they don't just piss through us whenever they want. I'd rather us sit back and soak up pressure than try and play high pressing, like we did against Liverpool and just get pissed through. I'm going to go 3-2 United.
Ronnie?
I'm going.
We're not getting a clean sheet, surely.
3 goals against City's asking a lot.
That's true.
I'm thinking.
Mine was 3-2 though.
I was gonna say 2-2.
2-1. We like a 2-2 this season, don't we?
Well, let's see what the viewers think. 58% from that poll say United are winning. 12% think it's a draw. 30% think City are winning in 4,000. So 1,200 of you lot think City are going to win.
To be honest, that's pretty damning because we're all United fans doing that, and still 30% of them are willing to. I feel like I can't say that I think City will win, and yet 30% of people are like, let's be honest, it's going to be tough. What's your prediction? We'll get to the comments in a second.
I think 3-2. I was the same as you. I think I want to see us come straight out the blocks. Yeah. It's not going to happen because we're going to soak up and counter. But I still think we're going to beat them 3-2.
Yeah.
I think they're going to turn up this game. They always turn up against City. We love playing against City. Yeah. We're going to turn up.
Tim Forbes says 2-1. Cholis Sita says 2-1 United. Neth Medi 2-1 United. A lot of 2-1s. I think that's the sort of I'm nervous.
safe
I
scoring
don't
it.
know what's going to happen because United are either defensively all over the place or we sit back or, it seems to be one extreme up to the other at the minute with United. 3-1 United, 4-0 City, says Richard Littlewood. Oh, dear.
Richard Little optimism.
Cheeky Boy 5000, which is good. Sounds like an album from the early 2000s. Ronaldo to save our pride again with a 2-2 draw. Casa, 3-0 United. City got no bottle. Yes, I love that. Let's do it! Oh, my God. City got no bottle. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. Common Sense says 3-1 City. Yeah, this is one of the more pessimistic sort of predictions I've seen. Usually it's just United win 10-0, 20-0. City winning 2-1 again. That's Kenrick. And you can't really argue with it, can you? There is genuinely... Other than United 5-0, no scoreline that would surprise me today. I can see a way that anything happens here. That's the worry with United at the minute. As much as anything, the fact that you don't know what you're going to get, we're sort of 3 years into Ole, and you're still not sure what you're going to get from the start of the game is a concern, obviously. But we're here to support the team.
Football, is it?
It's not at the moment, is it? Karen Wallace says, "Where is Cavani? He's injured. He's got. I don't know what. Do you know what his injury is? The Bird app told you anything about that?
It was tendon. Sure. I heard.
What tendon though? You got tons of tendons. It's a tendon. He's got like 70 of them.
Yeah, it's one of his 70 tendons.
Just get all the pictures of the tendons you can imagine. Draw one out of a hat. It might be that one. Some sort of tendon. Hopefully, nothing too serious. It's weird, isn't it? Because tendons are obviously big. Are they muscle to muscle or muscle to bone? I think muscle to muscle, aren't they?
Muscle to bone, I believe.
What's a ligament?
Ligaments, muscle to muscle.
Is it?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And yet, it seems as though you hear a lot more of ligament damage being a terrible problem. And yet, you don't. It's like, you hear like tendinitis occasionally, but it's never like, oh, he's done his ankle tendons. It just doesn't happen as much, does
Google it. I'm not too sure, actually.
I'm not.
Or someone will know in the comments.
Yeah, Nani says 2-1 to United.
Nani?
Well, it says Nani McRitchie. But I just read the first bit
because
sometimes I short
did you? You got so excited that
ligaments, muscle to bone is what they're saying.
Yeah, okay. Tendon is muscle. Wait, someone says here. So King Cantona says tendon is muscle to muscle, and then Adam Hardgrove says tendon is muscle to bone. So we don't know.
There's scraps in the comments.
What we know is that we it's one of the things we weren't sure about before.
Michael Oliver's reffing. He had a very poor decision in the Champions League midweek, didn't he? Sending off Matt Summers.
Oh, did you see that? Have you seen that, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Shocking decision.
That's one of the worst I've ever seen.
I thought that was bad. I thought the sending off for Felipe against Liverpool was a bit dodgy.
No, I think that was absolutely justified. Players thinking that they're above the referee by walking away thinking they're fucking Billy Big Bollocks.
I didn't see that. I heard about it. He just walked off and
He just walked off and he's like, the ref's blown like three times.
Nah, but he weren't 2 yellows he gave. He gave a straight red. I think he just give a straight red for the challenge.
Can you give a straight red for 2 yellow card offences that you hadn't had time to book someone for?
He's still dissent in it.
Have you?
It's still dissent because he's ignoring him, and that's why
you get dissent every 2 minutes in every game.
Is that not the red card equivalent of when policemen arrest you for resisting arrest?
I don't know.
You're like, what? How can you arrest me for resisting arrest? I ain't got anything to arrest me for. I am. It's for resisting arrest.
I'm talking about context. If Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool, Anfield, Champions League, I don't think you want to be sending people off after half an hour because your ego was a bit bruised because you walked away.
We've kicked off.
Yeah.
I'm all
sick.
for it, me. Yeah. I'm all for that type of reffing, me.
Yeah. Ligament is definitely bone to bone, apparently. It seems like it would be because that's the real hard stuff, isn't it? Oh wait, no, that's the third option. Tendons are stronger, is it? I don't know. Right, we've kicked off anyway. Let's forget about that because we don't know. We all did PE at GCSE, but we don't remember the details.
Body anatomy was not my fault.
Well done. Good pressing from Luke Shaw. Oh, these first few minutes, we need to score when we make a chance. If Bruno gets another chance like he did against Liverpool, it's got to go in.
If you score early,
City are playing here. Look, there's like 6 men.
If you score early, it could settle perfectly when we just soak up pressure.
Poor ball from Eric Bailly.
And we've lost the ball.
Eric Bailly just booted it. I think it was Lindelof on the ball then. And between Bruno Fernandes and our defence, there was like 7 City players, weren't there? They're just all piling in. But yeah, I think City are going to take a lot of the ball. United like this sort of mid-block, don't they? Where we don't press, but we don't sit back dead deep. We just have everyone in a sort of compact area, but it's quite high up the pitch.
Yeah.
The amount of players that they put forward then, though, they look susceptible to a counter-attack in the first 2 minutes of the game. They ain't got a lot of men back
No,
Back
that's how they
four
do it,
and
though, isn't it?
Rodri. But that's what I mean. I reckon we could actually get him
They're
based
doing
off
that,
the first
they're
2
doing
minutes
that
of
all
the
in
game.
inverted fullbacks thing.
Yeah.
Targeting Maguire.
How have they still got the ball
I
there?
don't know. That's not a foul.
It's not a foul.
No,
well done,
ref.
Fred.
Yeah, well done, Fred,
Fred,
as well.
go.
Keep the ball. It's
Referendum.
not a
It's
foul
not a
either.
foul. It's not a foul. I don't know why I
Nah,
called
it
it.
just took too long there.
You know, man. Gotta get the goat calls, don't it? You know, so world class players get fouls that
Yeah.
other players don't get.
You just go out and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
go on then.
Oh, his
ref,
hands are up.
ref.
Oh, go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Don't set your Instagram followers on me or whatever. It's not worth it. Just have a free kick, especially in your own half.
Yeah.
You've
Do
got to be
referees
giving
have
them.
Instagram?
Oh, it's definitely secret ones. If not, just normal ones.
No ones or burner accounts.
Yeah, burner
Everyone has a
account.
burner account. Everyone has
Yeah.
a burner account, surely.
What do you say?
I have a burner account.
Mark
What's it called?
Clattenburg defo has Insta.
Make sure you
Find
follow
out.
Ronaldo's burner account on Instagram.
Oh,
Sit in the
Bernardo
box,
Silva's
Bernardo
down in the
Silva.
box.
Well over. What's your name used again when you go to the when we go and order food? I forgot.
I just say Ronnie now.
But what did you used to say?
John.
John Brown.
Can't be
Did,
arsed.
did you keep your last name the same as well?
Did you get annoyed if they spelled it wrong?
No,
If they just
because
put Jon
John
instead of
because
John.
at Salt and Pepper, they shout your name out, don't they? And when he shout out Ronaldo, I just can't be asked with it.
People like looking like, oh my
No,
god,
I
was it
won't put-
Cristiano
yeah.
Ronaldo? Yeah, fair enough. I get that.
So I just thought, let me just
I
say
think
John.
people think my name's a fake name sometimes.
Joe Smith.
Yeah, because I'm like, what's your name, Joe? Surname Smith, and they're like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, mate.
Yeah.
We're trying to be professional here.
I
You
know.
know.
I get it. Fair enough.
It's all City, innit?
Well, yeah,
First
but
three.
Yeah,
you know.
but
That's
it's
what they
kind
do,
of
innit?
set up that way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah, no surprises so far.
When Saka versus Foden. Still
That's
back.
going to be a very good
Still-
battle.
nah,
What
back-
do you make of like
right.
Sterling, who's just like dropped off the map completely when he was he was pushing for that like world class title about 18 months ago?
It's because he kept scoring and
Yeah.
assisting every game. I think he's never been a Pep Guardiola player.
You
I
think?
think because of price tag and performance, he managed to keep himself in the team. I think Pep was always looking for an excuse to drop
Like with
Sterling.
the same
I
with
think-
Aguero.
I think Pep's
Yeah.
like he's moulded Sterling into, I think, a fantastic player. I think he's mint. Pep's made him mint.
Hold on.
Go on.
I don't
more
understand
worried
why
about
he's
you
not
saying
why he's not
Ronaldo.
really in the team for these games.
Shows it his head
Ooh.
there. You can tell.
Looked
can't
looked
you?
like there was a bit of blood there.
I
Yeah,
know
it
it was a
did.
bit
Somewhat.
dark, wasn't it?
Dirt or blood or something. It sure got a head collision there. That's a good pass.
Go on.
there.
That was
bit of
playing it
space
a
now.
bit.
Find your man. Find your man.
This time
Ronaldo
he's
drifting
on.
out left.
Go
So
on.
he's dyed his hair, Ronaldo.
Looks like
It
it.
looks
like it-
dark, doesn't
Looks
it?
dark,
It
yeah.
looks really dark. Ronaldo with a fresh bottle of Just for Men.
Jesus
And
is
some blue
so
boots.
Jesus is so rash, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's proper rash aggressive. He's got no
He
like.
said in training, didn't he, that he was like he's wearing a beanie because if he doesn't, it's the dye's gonna
Oh
run
yeah,
down.
I forgot. But I thought that was a
Yeah.
joke. I
No,
thought he was
no,
just
it's
taking the piss out of
actually
Rudy
a thing.
Giuliani. No, he has definitely dyed
You know
his
why?
hair.
Definitely
I
dyed
know
it.
why. He's probably noticed. Ronaldo's probably noticed one or two
One grey.
grays in it.
Do
One
you
guy.
reckon
and
he
he's
uses
like,
just for men,
Messi
like
has
us
got
normal
grays.
folk?
No,
or
I think
has
he does.
like
I think he goes down
like
to
he has a
Wilco.
man
No, I
who
think he
does
goes
it.
down to Wilco and gets a bottle just for men and does it in the mirror with a towel around his neck himself.
I wish he. I hope he's
No,
normal.
I definitely
like us, you
reckon.
know.
I definitely reckon Ronaldo does it himself.
Yeah, I do. I don't want to.
But we can confirm there's no blood on Luke Shaw.
Yeah, something looked weird though, didn't it? Maybe
did
it's
look
some
dark
grass
red,
or
didn't
something.
it?
Set pieces, might
Free
go
kick to United.
Goal here. Maguire's head.
It is.
Maguire's
Yes!
head!
Oh, fuck. Oh, it was Maguire's
One
head as
time
well.
he's actually accurate.
Did that hit the bar?
No, that's one thing
For
because
set piece.
it's always Maguire's head.
It's a good run that.
Yeah. He looked like he handballed it
What
there.
happens?
He looked like he didn't head it.
No,
Was it off his shoulder, his hand?
he gets there.
Yeah.
Oh, his shouldered it.
Wasn't as close as we first thought, but on the
No, I
camera
thought it hit
angle,
the crossbar for some reason because it came along the line
Yeah.
at the top of the bar, didn't it? But it was wide.
Yeah, he shouldered it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Good run in there, good space, but just he
Yeah,
got in front of it almost, didn't he? Poor reading of it in the end.
that's what it's going to be for us in this 90, innit? Chances
Good.
few and far between,
Yeah.
but when we get him,
Yeah, we've got to take him.
You've
We'll
gotta
get, we'll,
take
get,
him.
we'll get opportunities on a breakaway. We've just got to be clinical with it.
Yeah, good ball in by Shaw as well. That really good. That's a good pass.
Good
That's
pass.
the worry when they've got that 10 yards of space around him. Bernardo driving at Shaw. De Bruyne on the edge. Good block. Fred's had a good start. Couple
Yeah,
of
Fred.
interceptions
his
and blocks already.
composure at the back from us.
Yeah, this
Very
is
rare
this
to
is a
see.
concern. Can we beat the press? Because McTominay and Fred are
There's
not
three
good
guys
at
pressing
I know.
on Bissaka there, and
That's
we
what
lose
they-
the ball.
that. Yeah, that's what they do in it.
Fucking hell, Rodri's good, isn't he?
Yeah, Yeah, he's got 2 men on him there, just sort of spins in between them.
It's a good ball.
Crossing, that's
Oh,
good. Oh,
no.
Oh, my God.
days.
How's that not
Chance
gone
for City, that was very, very close. It
Joe
flashed
just
across goal.
admitted defeat there, and it's like, oh.
Eric Bailly own goal.
He's tried to clear the ball.
It's a shocking clearance, that. There's no one even near him, is there?
It's what we were saying before, this erratic sort of play style that he has. He just took a swing and just put it into his own net there.
It's poor. I don't think there's any City player near him, is there?
So when you said
We'll
great
see
goal
it,
before, that like from
I thought it was in. I mean, they should have scored a second before. Is it Gundogan at the back post?
what cross?
It's a great ball
It's a great
from Kyle
cross.
Walker.
Bailly loses his man, and then it comes back out. Who is it on the left? Cancelo.
Stop the
Just
cross,
a simple
man.
cross.
No one near him.
Wow.
And then Bailly's. It is poor from Bailly because there's no City players near him. He just slices it in. He scored a similar goal to that before. Was it against Liverpool at the near post? He's done that before. Not obviously it's like a problem he has, but he's poor that. There's no one near him. He's got a free swing at it, and it just hits the top of his shin and goes in the back of his net. The exact start he didn't want. Fuck's sake.
Here we go.
Yep. Got to show a bit of resolve now.
Yeah.
In terms of confidence, no, there's not much to say. I was going to say at least they didn't carve us open, but they did about 6 seconds before that, so it's not much of a confidence booster. That's shit from Bruno. Yeah, no one near him for the cross, was it? Bruno was closest, and then Wan-Bissaka behind him, but Bruno's got to get close to the man there.
I think Wan-Bissaka was he wasn't beaten, was he? But he just
sort of in the
needs
middle
to
of
get
everything.
closer.
Yeah.
He needs to get closer. He's playing right wing back. He's not even playing full back. He's playing right wing back, so he should be further out there anyway. Instead of tucking in all as much as he was.
Hold on, keep the ball. This is the thing. When they're pressing this high and you see McTominay pass it to Fred, you think that's one pass that can go wrong anyway to another player that's going to do a pass that's probably going to go wrong. They need to not pass to each other. I mean, obviously they're going to have to, the midfielders, but you just don't feel your confidence when everyone's swarming on McTominay. So he goes, oh shit, I'll give it to Fred, who the same thing's going to happen to, and he's not going to know what to do either.
Oh, I don't like this.
Oh,
I
man.
don't like this at all. What's Bailly doing there?
Look all over the place. Oh, fuck me.
Ronaldo rolling around, went up for a header, landed on his back.
That should be a red card offence, that.
What, pushing underneath him when they're jumping up?
That whole Harry Kane manoeuvre.
What's that? Yeah.
That whole Harry Kane manoeuvre where you let him jump over you and then...
Well, refs have started booking players for that, haven't they? They've noticed it and they start doing it.
No free kick there, though.
No, they just stopped the play, innit?
No. I don't think it was, to be honest. That wasn't quite the same. He just sort of stood still. He didn't like duck under and like push underneath him like Kane does. I think he literally just stood where he was. United pushing up a bit now. This is my worry when we push up and they'll just find their way through like that. Easy. And then now everyone's out of position.
We had a little tiny press there.
Yeah.
And the problem is if we press at all, they've got 3 in central midfield and we have 2. So they're gonna find space to break through just naturally because of the formation. Look
That's
at
the
that.
thing I don't get, how it can be so much more disjointed than last season. How it's got so much worse. That's what I can't get my head around.
You can't be letting Bernardo Silva do these mazy runs he's been doing all season. Someone just hit him like that.
I would lift him.
Come on then, Harry. Yeah, hold on. Right, come on then now.
Oh, no.
Why are you letting the ball get caught under your feet? Hurry up and turn. Fred just waiting for the ball to arrive at his feet so he can take his time on it. He ain't got time.
It's that Gergen. It's like that press that they're doing it where
Just mega.
as soon as he come, and I think my worry I said before the game is I don't know if Fred and McTominay don't have the legs to just get about as much as they can, but when on the recovery when we do get the ball back, I don't know if they've got the ability to kind of.
That's the thing Matic has on him. Matic is better on the ball than either of those two. I still don't know if he's good enough to play out of this with the players around him and against City, but he definitely has that over McTominay.
Fred was having a go at Harry Maguire then.
If we had a Rodri,
yeah,
right.
someone
He's
like
literally City's Michael Carrick, isn't he?
But the
He's
thing is,
literally
I
set his
remember
Carrick.
when he was at Villarreal thinking United should have gone for him.
Foden drifting
Pardon?
through. Past Bruno. Bit of a 1-2.
Don't snap him. I'm worried.
He's just chasing after people, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
They give
There
the
we
ball
go,
away,
here we
get in
go.
the final third.
That's good. That's good. There you go. Bit of space now. Bit of
Actually,
space.
I was going to say
Find the
stop
pass.
faffing around with it at the back there.
Not good enough.
And the pass
good
is
enough.
short.
See, that's the thing. You have to do those 2 or 3 tight passes to get away from them. But after that, once you've got space, you have to make the pass count.
Bruno needs to settle down a little
Yeah.
bit. Do you know what the issue with Bruno sometimes? It's a blessing and a curse. I think he's too amped. At times,
It's like he's
especially
just
in
had pre-workout
games,
before a game, innit?
His games, he's like sometimes he's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
City have had a lot of possession to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
Either from watching it or predicting what the game was going to be like. We
You
thought
didn't
this
need
would
to
happen.
watch it, did you?
No.
To know that they were going to have pretty much all the ball.
Yeah.
It's like I mentioned before, in those scenarios where we actually have a tiny bit of the ball, then
Yeah.
Bruno, he has to find him there.
Yeah, because that wasn't a difficult pass
No,
out
it
to Luke Shaw.
wasn't.
He tried to play it with the outside of his right foot to curve it into his path. Even if he played it slightly behind him, we need to keep the
Yeah.
ball for a second.
Don't allow them to get the ball straight
No, it's
back.
just an easy interception for Kyle Walker. And is it Kyle Walker on that side?
Yeah.
Oh, Cancelo. I think Cancelo's
Cancelo's
on the
left back, innit?
Yeah.
Why are you smiling, Cam? Are you smiling about?
He's smiling because of that full-back blunder.
Yeah. Because he corrected me for no reason. Yeah. Walker. Just going to be this, isn't it? The problem is when you concede a goal like that, it's just like, you almost think now it doesn't matter how well we defend. If we've got that in us, we might just lose anyway.
just a mad
we could
setback.
play really well and still lose now.
We can't do this for 90 minutes, though.
No,
It's not
I don't think we
sustain-
can
it's
either.
not
But
sustainable.
certainly we should have been able to do it for 4 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it was.
But it was just Eric Bailly being him, wasn't it?
Go on then.
Nick it.
Sake, how can they take a shit touch
Yeah,
and
it's a
still
shit
keep
touch,
the
no
ball?
one's there.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. Ball to the back post, nearly there again.
Fuck me.
Yeah, you got to be quicker there. You got to be closer to him.
Look at that. It's literally a bomb. It's literally
Again,
man for man.
It's too reactive from Baye there. Baye's looking at the man, at the ball, not looking at his man, and then when the ball gets played and he realises it's coming over, that's when he starts sprinting.
Baye's got that thing going on now where he's got that own goal.
Yeah. He's
And
trying to
his
make
head-
up for it.
No, his head's a bit. No, like his head's a bit gone.
Yeah. He's playing, as we know he can be frantic anyway, but he's
Yeah.
got full frantic Baye energy going on now. Get to him, get to him. There you go, that's
in.
better.
Well done. Keep that in.
To who though? To who though? If he kicks it down the line,
Yeah,
it just goes
just
back to City,
recycle.
just slightly further back.
Oh mate, long day.
See, this is when you say, would you take a draw? You've got to factor in what it's going to be like watching this game. Even if we got a draw, it's going to be nightmare.
We have this optimism pre-game. It's City. We turn up against City.
Yeah, not yet.
Don't want to
The
take
thing
a
is,
draw.
we will have spells in this
We
game.
need a win.
We will have spells where we have the ball, and we've got to make the most of them when we do.
Will we?
We tend to, and even against Palace and teams like that, City don't always just hold the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
They have spells where they sit back or they rest or they're tired. We just need to make the most of them. And we've seen this before. Was it one of Pep's first games where Bravo had a right clanger? But the first half an hour, we couldn't touch the ball in that game. And then all of a sudden, you have a chance. They sit back a little bit. You have a chance.
Yeah,
they
there's a
sit back a bit.
There's a long time left.
Yeah.
Deal. Out.
We've got to ride the storm now. We can't concede another one before half time. We can't.
Get there, Fred. Go on.
He's not going to, is he? He's just going to be massive without a position instead. That's all right, though. Press him back a bit.
I think you could press now. They're not really set up to keep hard.
No. Now they are.
What's this going on? Is it going in your ears as well?
Well, the slight fuzziness.
Yeah,
It's just on the cables. It's not going out.
It wasn't like that before.
It's when no one speaks, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my!
we're
What's
just
he
silent
doing?
and scared.
Lindelof playing a wayward ball in his own third.
We're just half a second behind every pass at the minute, aren't
Second
we?
too late every
Yeah,
time.
no matter what. They can play it late. They can take a bad touch. We're not there.
even when we had a little bit of a press, he still
That's a
find a
shit
man
touch
every
as well.
time.
It's another shit touch, yeah.
It's like stuff like that. He sets them back a little bit from going forward.
But when we have a shit touch like that, they're on you. Like, they just play for those shit
Yeah, but
touches.
surely they can't do that all game. They can't do that all game, and we can't chase the ball all game. That's all we've been doing.
Yeah. Good block. Well done, Bruno. There you go. We needed that. Bit of a pressure valve there. Take
He's
your
not
time with
happy,
this.
is he, Bruno?
No. He's sort of doing that like he's saying people aren't pushing up with
Yeah.
him. 6 assists in his last 7 appearances for Bruno. That's very impressive.
Him having a go at Shaw, seemingly on that
that's-
left-hand side,
That's
is
actually,
that...
That's actually standard Bruno.
Poor pass and touch from Bruno and Fred there.
He was slightly behind Fred, that, you know.
Yeah, it was.
Fred will get
That's why I said
shit
poor
for that,
pass.
yeah, but
He still could have controlled
couldn't
it,
have controlled
but it was a bad ball.
A great pass.
Is Bruno having a go at Sean Maguire there because of his, as you said before, when he is sort of like pre-workout type press?
He's just screaming.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
because we're not playing a pressing game. So the fact that he's pressing.
I wonder though if I don't think it's necessarily the case that we never press. I think
No, in
there
spells
should be
we do.
certain periods of the pitch or parts of the pitch where we do press. De Bruyne
Can't be letting him play
trying to
on
play
the edge of the box.
over it. Well, that pass wasn't on, to be honest, was it? I hate this City kit, by the way. It's absolutely
Rubbish.
shit. Not that I've ever sat around going, "That's a great kit." But the neckline on this,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
it looks-
low.
massive.
It looks terrible.
So imagine
yeah.
like just a normal bloke who isn't an athlete wearing that. You'd look so shit in that. Which, you know, I don't care. But just what a shit
It
kit.
sounds
And
like you
all
do
their
care
kits are
a little
shit.
bit.
All their kits are shit. And that payment kit that they brought out.
Adam, what's the
Stop
year?
trying so
all the Puma
hard.
kits, they
Stop
absolutely
trying
dog,
so
aren't they?
hard. And that one that says just Man
pants.
City on it. Stop trying so hard.
It looks like a set of pyjamas.
It's embarrassing kits every time. Put the fucking...
Like, who's made that, right? What developer has made that and gone?
Someone who went Manchester, Hacienda, Paisley, Liam Gallagher. Okay, just do all that on every kit every time.
Kept it in.
Good turn.
Fred turning in the park.
Good turn.
Get there.
Good pass. Bad pass.
Make
It
your
was a
mind
good
up.
pass. No, I thought it was a good pass, and then Thingy left it to Ronaldo, and it wasn't good enough for that.
We've slowed it down a bit here, haven't we? I get
But Tommy
nervy
there
every time he gets on
ran
the ball.
all the way
Bailly.
to Eric Bailly, so that by the time he made the pass, Bernardo Silva was already pressing Bailly. This is what City do, innit? When you get the ball, they just foul you.
Yeah, these are the masters of the tactical
Yeah,
foul
yeah.
as well.
Like, they're all doing it. Bruno's been fouled about 3 times in the last 40 seconds.
Oh,
that's
you don't
so
want
You
to-
tell it's
doesn't
short
it?
when he's tried the pass.
Just trying too much, isn't he?
Oh, have
Oh
they
my
still got
days.
the ball?
Just skipping through everyone.
Look, you can even
He
slip.
can slip and he's
Slip,
still got
stand
time.
up, and then look. He didn't even have to rush when he stood up. Wasteful from Bruno last couple minutes. Keep getting chances. He gives the ball away, gets fouled. Gives the ball away, gets fouled.
Bruno's on that trying way too hard flex. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Yes, it looks like he's hurt himself as well.
Has he?
It's the last
Don't
thing
know,
we
he's
need.
limping about.
You come on, Lingard.
I don't think he'll need to go off, but that's good. Good pressing there. Well done from Maguire. Ronaldo's offside. And it's
Surely
it's a
he's offside.
Overhit pass as well.
You look quite a bit offside there.
That's a booking.
No, that's a booking. No need for that, was there?
No. I don't think it's giving
Maybe
it.
Michael Oliver wasn't watching.
Maybe, yeah. Bruno's asking for some cards for these deliberate fouls by City. Which, again, they just do it so well, don't they? Because they don't, like, trip you. They just get right up into you
Yeah.
and just like, oh, sorry, I bundled him over. It's not a yellow. Good tackle, Maguire. Gets the ball first.
Great tackle. Should have got more leg.
Yeah. It was a good tackle, though. He got the ball.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of man as well, but that's all right. You're allowed to do that.
He passed the ball so well.
so
So
we
frustrating.
need more of
What? Big tackles?
crunching him.
Yeah. Good
Yes,
interception
Harry.
as well. Come on then,
Come
Scott.
on.
You've got to be faster than that.
You know,
He's not reacting at
That's
all.
the maddest thing. I think he's had a decent start to the game.
Who, Maguire?
Yeah.
He's been good. But I didn't want to say anything because he was shitting himself. But yeah, he started all right.
You know, we're going to jinx him again.
He's done about 3 interceptions and a decent tackle. But there, he's a good interception. Then McTominay's letting the ball come across him before
Right,
he
we go
controls
now.
it.
Bring
Gotta
it
be
up
on
now.
the front foot. Yeah, let's actually try and develop an attack.
There's nothing on the
So
opposite
keep
side.
the ball, keep the ball. What are you trying to play it
Too
into 4 men
easy.
for? Scott McTominay's in the middle with no one on him. And now he's getting skinned. It's a
Eric,
stupid pass.
Eric,
that.
go to him.
Why? That's all right.
No.
No, it's not. Why are you trying to play that into Ronaldo there? He's got 4 men round him. There's got to be another option. We're just wasteful with the ball at the moment. Whenever we get it, which is rare in the first place, we just pass it straight away.
As I said, worry is when we get the ball back, we don't know where to go.
Yeah.
No, you set up to defend. Springing out to attack.
It's hard to do both, isn't it? Yeah, especially without Rashford. I think that makes a big difference as well. His width and speed. Well done, Victor.
Got everyone in the box. Oh yeah, makes sense.
Don't let him look up. Why are they not coming out? They're letting him just sit and pop his head up for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Have a brew. It's fucking bollocks. Just press him. If you're going to press at any time, after you've just cleared the ball from a corner, when they've still got the ball on the edge of the box, surely you go out, put them under pressure. Second behind everything.
Stressful, isn't it?
It's just
Well, I
not a
can't
great
say
watch
it's
right now, is it?
shit.
It's just not a great watch.
It's like being told you've got a certain amount of time to live and you're just waiting.
Yeah, but all you're allowed to do is play Scrabble with an old man who can't read.
But he's mint at Scrabble.
But it takes ages and all the words are wrong, but you can't be asked to correct him because he's annoying. Even if you think it's good, it's still not quite good enough, is it? It's just frustrating. See what's it.
We're like Hodgson for England on that GIF or GIF where he's like straight down again.
Saggy Madej says, "Can someone tell McTominay the game has started?" He's no, he's not done that much wrong. He just looks like he's not on it at all. He's like the opposite of Bruno. Bruno's too intense. McTominay's not intense enough.
But have you seen this trend though? Every game, there's always a couple of our team who are just not on it.
Not switched on.
And it's almost like they rotate. They pick time.
That's all right.
They pick and choose when they're going to be on it.
Actually
and
holding
off it.
possession in City's half for pretty much the first time. Maguire pushing forward. It's a bit better. Again though, now look. Is it our left wing options are Harry Maguire or Luke Shaw? That's the triangles we're playing. Fred's pushing.
Look how high we're playing.
This is better. This is better though. Actually getting in positions here. Now get the ball in the box. Not that. But this is better though. We're actually holding the ball. City sitting back a bit.
Yeah, but if you make a mistake here,
annoying.
look at the blue shirts.
And look at the fucking pass he's having to deal with there. The ball's bouncing into him. It's not the sort of pass you want to be receiving, is it? Is he giving the free kick? I think if he won a free kick, he got lucky there. I think he did.
Look, they know by his the weak point. Look at him step over.
Weak
and
point,
that.
my arse. Look at that.
Oh,
Hey, go on, Green.
curse at
Here
the
we go, here we
commentator.
go, here we go. Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
That's
Good
a good
turn.
turn. That's a good turn. Good pass as well, Maguire.
don't shoot.
He's
It's
gonna
it.
shoot.
It's it.
He's gonna.
That'd be good though, wouldn't it? Maguire from 30 yards. All is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Go on!
no! Green. Oh! That's a great save.
When I dropped Ronaldo, I was like, goal, man.
Yeah.
That's just.
So what goes out to Shaw, volley from Ronaldo, and it just hits Greenwood, doesn't it? It's a great volley, good save, and Greenwood can't get his foot round
He
it.
hasn't got time to react there.
That's a great volley, that. That's a great. It hits his shin, he shins it, but it's still got good accuracy. Yeah, good contact. Comfortable save, really, wasn't it, Fredderson? He wanted the corner. What's happened? Oh, it's a goal kick, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was
come
thinking
on.
it was a corner, but it weren't.
Don't blow.
Bit better from
Don't
United.
blow.
This is the spell we were talking about. Getting the ball in the box, holding possession a bit more. Oh, good pass. Well done, McTominay. Fucking hell. When he passed it into McTominay in there with 3 men round him, I do not feel confident, but he did well there.
It's not great when you're literally on strings about 3 of your players on the ball.
We're not going through a good patch. What do you want?
Got a spell now. Can we hit him?
Yeah. That's good.
They've sat off as well.
Yeah, they have.
They're probably shattered.
Well, you can't press like that. You do it for the first 1 or 2, and then once we keep the ball, they have to sit off a bit.
It's like the first 5 seconds.
Yeah. You can't just sprint for 90 minutes. Yeah, just sitting off a bit.
Fucking hell, they can do this though if they get a fluky 1-0 up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got that leverage.
That's the thing. We assume there's going to be plenty more goals, but even if there aren't, they've still won. Like even if everyone, they could just shut it down now if they wanted to. Although Ronaldo did have a free volley in the 18-yard. Oh, come on! It's like he slowed down for that, and then he realised he'd slowed down too early. Greenwood. That's better. Not good enough though, is it? They're going to pass through that.
They're so composed.
Yeah.
Because they do it every single day in training. We look like we're scared when we're on the ball near our box.
Go on then, Mason. There we go. That's all right.
Yeah.
About to say that's too easy.
Jesus is the one where you think you can give the ball away.
Yeah, he's not a great passer of the ball, is he?
He's just
and not the best sort of footballer.
He's not got the Brazilian fluidity.
Yeah, he's the one. I'm surprised, to be honest, that he's like starting most weeks for him at the minute.
Yeah, I thought he would have gone with Mahrez.
They're playing him out of position
or even
as well.
Sterling. No, Sterling's not played much. Is he on?
I think he's on as well.
Bissaka's jogging there. Back to De Bruyne. Good block. And this is going to be a goal.
What a save. What a save. What a save, David De Gea.
Great save. How is there so much space there?
Knock on in the box from a City
Wan-Bissaka
attack.
just pushes up and just leaves. Oh,
he's a mile on there.
He's on there. The thing is, like,
that's the most frustrating bit.
Wan-Bissaka's just invented that we're doing we're stepping up there because no one else did. Wan-Bissaka just made the choice by himself that we're going to do an offside trap.
De Gea's done so well to get back up and then make
I
himself
can't even see
big.
what it hits. It's De Gea, isn't it?
Yeah, De Gea saved that. Yeah.
Worry again, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Reminds me of the 2 or 3 goals we conceded recently. The Leicester one against the Vardy one against Leicester.
Yeah.
The one the other night. That's easy.
hell.
Could have
Again?
caught that.
No, he couldn't have caught that.
Of course, look when he saves it, he stood up.
He couldn't have caught it, but he made it look theatrical.
I'm going to tell you right now, he could have caught that.
The issue,
I
it's
agree with you,
about taking. Couldn't call that. It's about taking a risk though. If he just slightly bobbles, that Bernardo taps it in. But he made it look.
It's
Hollywood.
down the centre of the goal, and it's this hand, and it ends up being anyway. Yeah, it would have been a tricky catch, but it was an easy save. There you go.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely
You're not Alex
pants.
Tellez, mate. You're not Alex Tellez. You can't score them. He's going to score later. I've fucked us. Bloody hell. It's all kicking off. This is the problem, innit? You have a couple of minutes where you look decent, and then all of a sudden they have 2 chances in 10 seconds.
I hate this.
That's nowhere, is it?
See? 5 seconds off the goal kick, trying to play it from the back, and we've lost
We
it.
can't even fucking boot it properly. Like, how come when we kick
that's
it as
a
hard
goal.
as we can, it goes 25 yards? Come on. Yeah, they're just pushing back again now, aren't they? We had our 3 minutes where we were allowed the ball, and they have it again now.
I don't know if it was 3 minutes.
All right, we had our 3 seconds.
But it shows that we can at least get an opportunity in it. Man. I know we will. I think there'll be chances. We just got to take them.
I didn't even know where that
That's
went.
I almost said that's a good pass, but it wasn't. It's the thing, look, when we play against teams that press well, the amount of misplaced passes and passes that hit their men that we do, because we want too long on the ball because there's no options. It's not even the personnel thing, it's like the system doesn't work against the press because unless we break through it, we look so fragile. It just feels like it's the toss of a coin on every single pass, whether it's going to work or not.
And they seem to be getting every
Good
second
tackle.
ball as well.
Yeah.
Every single second ball, they're on it.
Wan-Bissaka
Everyone.
was pissed off. Too much, isn't it? Too
That
much,
was good.
this. Too much.
What? It's looking damning.
Yeah, it's poor. Not good enough so far.
Just the concentration required to play against these.
It's concentration required to watch it. It's
know what I
such
mean?
a stressful watch.
Yeah.
Because they just have all the ball. I know that you expect that, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to score loads of
It's
goals.
just that when they have
But you just can't not what you can't enjoy it at all. There's no 50-50 about it.
I think that was expected though with this game.
I know it was, but it's still horrible.
Of course, yeah, it's horrible to
It's
watch.
such a
isn't it?
stressful watch.
Oh my days.
Oh my God.
Almost
Oh
conceded another own goal there.
De Gea
Good save.
is
De Gea.
absolutely saving us so far.
Just fucking swarming all over us. Imagine
Yes,
2 own
Bruno.
goals.
Bit of grit.
That's not a foul, but he's won it. He's done well there. Stepped into his man, but got a foul. We needed that.
Just to slow it down.
Yeah. Same thing again, innit? It's a repeat of the last one. Wan-Bissaka's 2-on-1 here.
So we're not 3-0 down because of De Gea.
Yeah. Ball comes across. Lindelof just stabs it towards his own goal.
He can't do a lot there, Lindelof, though, can he?
We cannot do that. He can put it out for a corner.
Oh no.
1-1 Maguire and Jesus.
Get there, Fred.
Turning around.
Got to be careful when a player's in the box. That's the problem.
I know.
You
Well,
can't be
Oh my.
Good
De
save,
Gea
De Gea.
again.
Fucking hell, De Gea.
I don't understand how there's
De
one
Gea-
man
yo-
in the box and we can't stand near him.
De Gea literally thrives off chaos.
Yeah.
He plays best when United are terrible.
Yeah.
Is that?
No, well, statistically, you're right. It's a good save.
Good hype.
I
for him.
thought after that
Yeah.
mistake, I thought after that mistake against Atalanta that he was going to go back into some sort of iffy form because he let it go straight through him, but he's literally proved me
So
wrong in the
far
first
not.
half hour.
Yep. Still a long
He's
way
been
to go.
fantastic.
Corner. Flicked away.
Get out to him.
Can we block
Oh my
something?
days.
Can we block
De Gea
a fucking
again. He's
shot
just made about
or a
4
cross?
saves.
We just can't block anything. We can't block crosses. We can't block shots. There's just men stood in the box shooting at will. De Bruyne stood in the 18-yard box and no one near him so that we can block a shot. Just pass the ball back to him. Have a shot, mate. It's fucking
I
ridiculous.
wouldn't have put that graphic up.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
What Kofi?
Yeah. Maybe pick a stat where he's not in it. There's a stat there. of
Pick a stat where he's not in
most
it.
Premier League appearances since 2011. De Gea at the top. Number 2, Gylfi Sigurdsson. So, how about we just use United players on that stat? Or just say appearances in the Premier League since 2011. De Gea,
Most,
350
yeah, most.
first. That's it. I mean, I don't mind talking about it, but good
Great
tackle.
recovery.
Come on!
Fucking hell,
Oh
half
my
asleep,
God.
man.
Why are you letting the ball run across your body in the 6-yard box? Wan-Bissaka put in a good tackle and everyone just stood around going, well done, mate. Oh, shit, the ball's still here. Fucking hell.
I don't get why they're so slow.
We're so slow.
How do they need waking up for a Manchester derby? How do they need waking
I
up?
think you know what it is the way City played almost lull you to sleep. That is the problem.
Yeah.
You know, look, they lull you,
Pep's
they lull
teams
you.
do that.
Yeah.
There is and obviously when you're playing against them, it's not boring. It's just stressful. But of all United's rivals, I tend to not watch City games the most often, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Because I just I get it. It's impressive. It's dominant, but it's fucking boring as well. Watching one team just pass it. It's like a training session. But you can see playing against it, your concentration levels have to be so high because you think they're just passing it, and then all of a sudden they're in behind you.
It's like what people do on FIFA to frustrate you, innit?
Yeah.
They just pass
Yeah,
it around.
FIFA, they're one of those players where like, oh, just pass it around the back for 75 minutes. And somehow you're still lost.
Yeah. City have sort of regain composure here, innit? After that sort of erratic
After
5
90
minutes where De
seconds we
Gea's
had.
just bouncing round his goal, making save after save after save.
I'll see in a minute. Have
They've
they got
always
2 on
two.
1?
They've always got
what
two.
Again,
pass.
but Eric Bailly's just so reactionary so far. 2 or 3 times the ball gets passed and then he thinks, fuck, where's my man? It's like you're meant to be tracking him the whole time.
Well done, Mace. Difficult ball to control, but we did
You've
well.
got a
then.
left foot. You don't have to go forward with it. Use your left foot, stop the ball, come back. We're trying to keep possession for a second. It doesn't always have to be forward, forward, forward. Other than Maguire, fingers crossed, the whole defence has looked... Well, Shaw's looked alright as well, to be fair. But that right-hand side, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly and Lindelof have looked sluggish and not at it so far. Like they're just in a spin.
It's the culmination, though, isn't it? Lindelof probably not being fit, let's be honest. Bailly, as you mentioned before, not a lot of gains in the past 6 months.
No.
But he looks a shadow of what
And
he
it's
was
not an
against
easy
Atlanta,
game
isn't
to
he?
play in, and I get that. But some
No-
of it's
no
like
games- no
watching
game's
your man
easy to
and,
play in, though, is
and
it?
predicting where a ball's going to go and sort of taking half a step before the pass is made in case that's where the ball goes. That's basic stuff,
They're
predicting
still
stuff.
too slow.
Too reactionary from Bailly so far. And Lindelof there, just the ball. Like, Wan-Bissaka made that tackle, and then Lindelof was like, what a tackle. Oh, shit, the ball's near me. I've got to clear it. The ball went all the way across his body, and then he uses his right foot still to get it. Go on then, Scott. Here we go.
Yeah.
Look, they've always got.
That's all right.
They've got like 5 players around you every time we're anywhere near the box.
Because they're so compact,
Yeah.
that's why. All their players were within about a 10-yard sort of line there. So whenever you've got the ball, there's 3 men around you. Lucky.
I don't know what guy was trying
Yeah.
to do
What was the outlet there?
I think the other option was Luke Shaw, who also had 2 men around him. Well done,
Yes,
McTominay.
Scott.
Good tackle.
Solid.
Keep it now, keep it now. Why are you trying to beat everyone who's on you? It's not even a foul, that.
It's not even a foul, man.
Just hurry
Why
up.
is that?
Why is he blue there? For what?
Glad it has, but Jesus.
I mean, nothing happened.
McTominay gets the ball and then just wants to sort of fight someone, and then Fred gets the ball and wants to fight someone. Just be faster. Get the ball and pass it. You don't have to go forward, even if you're passing it backwards. Pass it around. Keep the ball. You don't have to hold it at your feet for 10 seconds before you can pass it. Ronaldo dropping deep, look to try and get a touch of the ball. So we actually have an option. See, where's Bruno? Stood on the last man. It's better. Mason's on there.
No.
No way.
One guy in the
Difficult
box.
pass, that, innit?
One guy in the box, 5 defenders. It's not looking good, is it?
There we go, though.
See, we got to hope that they get really complacent and slack.
Wan-Bissaka's on. Ronaldo's
Find him.
on. That's all right.
Go
Go
on,
on.
Ronaldo! Was he onside?
Yeah, I think,
No, he was off.
Sake.
Because yeah, thinking he looked a bit off.
Be close though. There's not. Shouldn't
was
have been
better.
offside, really.
What's Aaron Wan-Bissaka doing at centre forward? Oh, he's so offside.
Just went too early, didn't he? He sort of half went for the pass before.
Yeah.
I think he thought Bruno might try and play it through, and then he never got back on. Bit better though. Something at least.
Yeah.
Although we had to rely on them running past the
Need
ball.
to lick one, innit?
Yeah. See how they
I
look.
think
then.
we need to pounce on that though when they have that little bit of moment of slackness when they think it's too easy and then
Back to City holding the ball again.
One chance. One chance.
like death by 1,000 cuts, innit?
Pep's loving this, isn't he?
Such a nice analogy, that. That was nice, that.
Have you not heard that before?
No, it's a common. it's
It's an old one, that.
an old
Adage.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's good.
Doesn't sound too pleasant either, does it?
No, well, it is death, isn't it?
That's meant to be. That's like the whole point of it. Is like.
There you go.
Get out.
There you go. Forcing mistake though, better. Couple mistakes in the last minute or two by City. Just giving the ball away.
This is what annoys me even more.
Why?
Because then you look at the entirety of the half and think of City even being amazing or had to.
Well, they've made a couple of mistakes. They've been pretty dominant though, haven't they?
They've just been comfortably dominant. Do you know what I mean? Like without. Oh.
But that's just shit. That's shocking. It's a 5-yard pass. That's just really poor. Chucking it down as well now. That's poor from Greenwood though, isn't it? When they give the ball away, we get a throw in their half and we just throw it in and then throw it straight out to back out to them. I can't even think of a time he's done anything on the ball, Greenwood. He's not been involved at all, has he?
Yeah, he's had Diaz right up his ass.
Yeah. Anonymous so far. Rashford must be very ill. To not start. Because Ollie loves playing him though as well, doesn't he?
Rashford probably would have been in the selection.
Yeah.
I was unorthodox, and it still didn't work.
No.
He had no chance there.
It's an odd one.
It was, wasn't it?
He had no chance. He was trying to stop
It
him
just
going
looked
out for a
weird
corner,
though, didn't it?
But he's playing mint, so I'll allow it.
Tox Kazim with a super chat. All caps. I hate Ole. Cool. The legit underboss says at halftime I would take Lindelof, move Wan-Bissaka to centre back, and get Sancho on at wing back.
Sancho on at wing back.
Drastic stuff in it.
See Rashford
Corner
there,
to
Jamie,
City.
though.
For my days,
Maguire headed it away.
I thought that looked like it was someone was slapping their head on that.
Yeah. Well, it was Maguire who did. Is it Rodri?
Deal with it.
Clips it in. Good header by. Well then. There we go, Ronaldo. Everyone running away from him. What was he going to do? Pass it past 7 men in behind here. You got to go to him. Fucking hell. No pass on.
I don't think they were expecting to get
Again,
a chance
look.
there, were they? That's why there's
I
no
know, but
numbers
come
following.
on.
I know there's no numbers following because the next furthest
But the thing is,
forward
if
player
we are
was
going
Fred.
to get a chance, it's going to be from a counter attack. So we've got to be ready to push up when we're pushing out like that. Or Ronaldo just pushes by himself and then gets the ball and then we don't know what to do.
But it's the same conversation, isn't it? Too slow again.
Yeah.
It's the 44th minute now, and they're still too slow.
Yeah.
Honestly, baffling.
That's a great pass. And again, so many heavy touches by City, and you just see us getting there just as they pass it. They take a heavy touch, our player goes, oh shit, it took a heavy touch. You go to press them and then they pass it around you. It's almost like they do it on purpose to drag you out of position. But we're just too slow to react to it.
That would be an interesting training session, that wouldn't it? Purposefully control the ball wrong.
Just to drag the players to you. Because it gets to a point where you don't even press them because there's no point. So maybe they take a purposeful bad touch so you can't help but press them. And then it drags you out of position.
Oh
Come on,
my
Luke.
days.
Are you even a defender?
He went in as well.
Are you even a fucking defender?
What the? Oh my god!
What? I didn't even see what happened then. I saw Luke Shaw leaving
How
the
did
ball.
he just let the ball go across though? I don't understand.
There's no awareness whatsoever.
That's the
Is
worst.
De Gea-
That's the
should
worst
De Gea
thing
have
I've ever
saved that?
seen.
I couldn't even.
That's the worst thing I've seen this season.
I just assumed it had gone wide.
Captain, fullback, leaving the ball. De Gea's why is De Gea not shouting? Surely he's got to be shouting at him.
What even happens?
2 international defenders letting the ball go.
It's this right here, man. It's like just letting the ball go. What is Luke Shaw doing? Luke Shaw.
Sorry,
Obviously, De Gea's
that's
just
the
saved-
worst thing we've seen all season. I'm not having anything
Look at
else.
What's Luke Shaw doing?
Nah, it's
De Gea can't-
man. De Gea is incredible there.
Yeah, that's
Luke Shaw's got the ball in front of him and he just leaves it, forgets that the man's there,
That's bad from De Gea.
and the ball just hits De Gea in the chest and he just doesn't do anything. Incredible.
That's the worst thing I've seen all season.
Just pathetic, that. Like, what is going on?
Seen the best and the worst of De Gea this half.
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? He's just got those clangers in him again. 2 games in a row.
How has the 3 of them not dealt with that, though?
No.
I don't understand.
Don't know.
The whole point of playing 5 at the back is to be solid at the back.
Yeah.
2 of your defenders
It's
letting the
game
ball
over
go.
already,
Your
innit?
keeper not shouting.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on there? Oh, dear. 2-0 down at half-time. If it wasn't for De Gea, it could have been 5.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, not like obviously De Gea's made some good saves, but that's worse than, how good any of his saves have been.
Yeah.
He's made some decent saves. None of them. One of them very good on Bernardo Silva, Jesus at the back post. But that doesn't mean I get to just throw one in my own fucking net because I fancy it. Maguire's got to do better there. But Shaw's the one it's his man at the back post. You know whether Bernardo Silva's there or not. You can't just leave it when it's bouncing at your feet. And then the ball just goes softly towards De Gea. It just hits his chest and goes in. Just lets it go in. Unbelievable.
He's made 5 saves, and he'd arguably kept us in the game before that absolute clanger. And it's not just his fault. It's all 3 of them.
No, it's not.
Because why is De Gea firstly not shouting at his defence not to leave it?
Yeah. I mean,
Maguire is not as close to it, yeah, fair enough. But you still don't leave that when there's 2 at the point of the ball moving. There's 2 City players at the back post.
Yeah.
I think it's Gundogan drifts back in, or Jesus. Bernardo Silva stays there, and Shaw just leaves it.
Burnside is back. Been on here for weeks now saying Shaw and Maguire will cost Ollie his job. They cannot defend. Childlike. That was terrible defending. Just terrible defending. Yeah, embarrassing. So many mistakes.
What else
De
can you
Gea
do
did
there?
shout to get rid of it, apparently.
He what?
Apparently, De Gea did shout to get rid of it. I don't know if you could hear it on the commentary. You could see him shouting. I don't know. But, yeah, you got to deal with the ball there. You got to deal with the ball.
Right, so that makes it worse then, doesn't it? Because if De Gea's shouting to the defenders to clear the ball, they ignore him, and then he still clangers it at the near post.
Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let us know what you thought of that first half. I mean, it's basically
got
2 own
second
goals
half.
in it. I know that's not an own goal because it's going in, but as good as 2 own goals that are costing United there. Like, obviously, the Bayer one's an own goal, just hits the top of his fucking shin. And then De Gea. It's got to that sort of... you can't even believe what you see in stage of it, hasn't it? Where it's like, it's terrible mistakes. It's all the time. We don't know what we're doing. The coaching obviously isn't working. We're not following instructions. All the instructions are just shit. Either way, it's damning for the coaches. And then on top of that, you've now got individual mistakes over and over and over and over again. That's the thing. You just, that's the worry in it. It's like they're not that bothered.
At this
'Cause
point,
what are you doing
what
there?
can he say to him in the dressing room at half time?
Too
Oh,
late
we're
now,
here
innit?
again.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Do what we always do.
Keep going.
Yeah. There's nothing to say, is there?
What can he honestly say in that dressing room? I don't know what he could be communicating to him.
Yeah.
Because nothing's worked over the past 5 games.
No.
Bar Spurs, and we were, 1-0 up at half time?
Yeah. Yeah. Tommy McCartney says, how are we possibly going to score a goal when our 3 attackers are constantly outnumbered? We play it safe with 7 defenders and are still leaking goals. That's true. That's the problem, isn't it? You play defensively, you play loads of defenders, you can't concede. And if you do, you're fucked.
Yeah, because they're not
fucked.
quick enough either.
No.
They're not quick enough getting out to help Ronnie, who seems
And
to
the
be the
thing
only
is-
one who's doing anything anyway up there.
Yeah. The thing is, when you think of their chances, most of them aren't cutting through us or outnumbering us. It's us spinning in position, giving the ball away, deflected shots, bad positioning, not marking him out like that. We've got 2 men at the back post. Defensively,
it's not just the mistakes, though, is
defensively,
it?
you've put yourself in a position where you can stop a goal from happening there. You've got 2 men there, but we still don't. So it's like, it doesn't matter what we do at the minute. It doesn't matter what we do.
There's not a problem with the position there.
No, they're
It's-
there. They're
it's-
both there.
it's
Maguire and
once
Shaw are
again-
both there. They can clear it,
It's
and they
once
don't.
again concentration.
Do you know what it is? So you just had a little gander on the bird up. Just trying to get my head together.
What have you seen? What you got? What you got for us?
Just saying why I've been away with the fairies, and I just don't want to say something too extreme because I'm watching us get beat again by our rivals, and it's obviously annoying. But
We're desperate
again,
need a
if we're
second
looking
half
at
FC here. We're in desperate need of
if
him.
we're looking at that, City have been comfortably dominant,
Yeah.
and we've now seen Liverpool, our worst rivals. We've seen City, our worst rivals, come to Old Trafford like they own the place. By the way,
Yeah.
just strut around, walk around, half-paced, training match vibes, not coming out of second or third gear and not needing to, and then comfortably being 2-0 up, and it could be worse in the second half, where it could have been worse if it wasn't for De Gea. I know De Gea made that error there at the end, but it shouldn't have ever got to that in the first place, now that I think about it, because Luke Shaw and Maguire were absolutely shocking there.
Mm-hmm.
Half asleep, none of them taking responsibility, none of them taking initiative. I'm seeing this week in and week out. And I feel like if City were even trying a little bit more, if they didn't, we could have been even more trouble. And it's just,
The own goal.
it's embarrassing that we sat here thinking the fact that we're 2-0 down is almost a good scoreline looking at that.
The own goal is
Which
the
is-
epitome of that half. Literally.
Yeah.
Mistakes. Defensive mistakes costing. And
they-
it's all our own doing.
Yeah.
It's
You look
not
at that
him-
first
it's not him
goal.
being good. It's all our own doing.
João Cancelo has got all the time in the world to cross that ball. The thing is with Bruno, it's like, I understand you're tracking back, you're sort of in the right position-ish. But if you're not closing the man down when he's crossing the ball, you aren't defending.
Fernandes-
You're just
yeah.
stood there.
Looking back at
That's not defending. That's just standing
Being a
around.
passenger.
Yeah, I'd rather he stayed up in the middle of the pitch and actually was an option if we won the ball back and allow someone who is willing to actually get near the man to defend. It's not defending. It's standing in a bad position.
Oh,
It's a terrible goal, that second one. It's a terrible goal. Just the sort of, I know they're not the same goal, but they have the same feel to them, don't they? It's lazy, not closing down quick enough. Wan-Bissaka, what's he there? 3-4 yards away from the man who crosses the ball in. Not bothered about closing down. Look how long he's got. Cancelo again. As long as he wants. Sure, he's literally... Like, Maguire's bad. Maguire's is bad because he could get there first. But sure, it's literally his man, and he's letting the ball bounce inside the 6-yard box. It's unbelievable. Josh Pat with the super chat. Go for a walk, touch some grass, listen to your favourite song. Anything to get away from this utter shit show. Love you lads, but we're basically watching City's training session. Pretty much what you said, isn't it? Like, they're not even having to do anything here.
You can see it there.
Says, Ollie's at the wheel. The problem is it seems like he's reenacting the end of Thelma and Louise. Yep. The car's going off the cliff, isn't it? Burnside is back. Says, new manager or not, Shaw and Maguire should not come near the starting 11. Maguire is the definition of sunk cost fallacy. And Mourinho was right on Luke Shaw. Fergal McClements, fair play to you lads for analysing this. I can't even be asked to chat about it. How about 5 at the back but not stopping crosses? That doesn't even make sense to me.
that is actually
That's
so
insane.
true.
Because
Five
and also
at the
that wasn't
back.
5 at the back. That was 5 at the back and Bruno. That was 6 at the back when that ball goes in for the first goal. Like, what are we doing? Gurav says, stop focusing on goals and individual mistakes. Overall, City deserve at least 2 goals. Tactically, we're outplayed. Individual mistakes come as a result. We are.
Yeah, no, because I know
outplayed.
people. No, because you get people out there that we're looking at that thinking, oh, both goals are just own goal and lucky clangers.
Yeah,
That's
It's
the
not
reason
been
why we're
lucky.
down. It's not been on the balance of play. The more than worth the 2-goal lead.
Yeah,
Because it's part of being a fan for some reason. For some reason, or part of is the delusion of grandeur.
yeah.
You can see it
Yeah,
there.
it's like
10 shots, 5 on target.
exactly. There's literally no one can look at that game and think, oh, we're unlucky to be 2-0 down because both goals was an own goal. We should be 2-0 down on the
Yeah,
balance of play and
definitely.
performance. We've been outplayed.
And this is why I think, like I said, but it's come next season, whether it's before this season ends or what, that's why I can't see Ollie managing this team. Because we can't keep playing teams and getting dominated. You can't have that. Especially, like you said, at home, where you're meant to have a bit of extra pride, a bit of extra control of the game, just by default almost. And we're giving that away and don't even look like we're arsed for half of it.
How bad are Spurs, by the way?
Yeah, fuck Spurs.
Because
Teams are coming to Old Trafford
Don't know how we.
Yeah.
and like licking their lips at the
Yeah,
prospect of
exactly.
playing
That
us at home.
result.
But that's been the case for 2 years, though, hasn't it? We've been poor at Old Trafford for a while now.
That result has sold
Yeah,
us a dream.
how did we beat Spurs by 3-0?
Because they're terrible.
They are terrible.
So away. Somehow.
They're more terrible than us.
Adam Gasher says, what hurts the
That's
most
right.
is that it isn't surprising. City work harder, are better coached, are better players. We're nowhere near their level. That's the thing that, annoys me about all this. Even if you aren't as good a coach as Pep Guardiola, you can still make your players be alert, work hard, be ready for the game, have a drive in them where they close their man down. Like, you don't need to be coached that well to not be reacting to every ball after it's been played, to close your man down.
Sunday League coaches can do that.
Yeah, that's the problem at the minute. That's what I'm not saying that the players have given up, but they don't look like they think they've got a chance, and because of that, they're just not half-arsing it. But what are we seeing? Why are these mistakes happening over and over again? Why does it look like every time the ball comes in, we go, oh, fuck, the ball's there. Oh, they've already reacted and we haven't. We're just second best in every regard.
The whole time, they've looked half a second or a second slower to everything. And it's not just second balls. It's not just showing support in their final third. It's everything. Yeah. Passing, reacting, getting involved, getting stuck in, second balls. The lot. Yeah. That first half was an absolute shambles, and 2-0 is actually quite a lucky scoreline to be down by, considering they've had 5 shots on target. De Gea had been our saviour up until that clanger at the end of the first half. The whole 11 isn't switched on, I'd argue, bar, once again, Ronaldo. Because he's looked like the only player who gives a shit in that first half, who's actually been someone who can... We can all sit there and go, oh, actually, he's doing something here. No one else is.
No. Fergal McClements, where would United be if Klopp, Pep or Tuchel had the same squad and money as Ollie? Well, probably higher up the
probably
table.
A little bit better. Probably better off.
Yep.
I'm honest.
Francis M, how can we have that many people behind the ball and still be outnumbered in the midfield?
Do you know why I'm going to say better off, and it even goes beyond the coaching and tactics, which isn't the level of the managers? I think the players just go out there and seemingly feel like they can do their own thing. They don't seem to be playing with that kind of pressure of a manager behind them that kind of instills this kind of, not this fear, but this respect value of, I need to go out there and play at my best. It's too much of, like, people are going to say vibes, but players just going out there and thinking, I'm a player, I've got a huge ego, I can do what I like, I shouldn't be coached. I don't believe in what Ollie's telling me. I don't believe in the coach, and I don't believe in the structure of the team. I'm just going to go out there and do my own thing. And that's part of it. And I'm also looking at body language. We're going into games, even today, after 10 minutes. We don't look like a team that thinks we can win.
No, we'll beat them.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the most worrying part of watching that. This is United versus City. This is a historic derby. It means a lot. It should be blood, thunder, guts. And it just seems like we're just turning up, allowing City to turn us over, bending over backwards, taking it, and then just basically saying, oh, there's your 3 points, we'll move on. I didn't feel like we could win anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, Roy Keane there. I can't understand the defending. I give up. I think that's where we all are, isn't it? Like, what can you even say? Anand says 13 goals conceded in the last 5, no consequences for bad performances, same players being picked, not giving Tellez, Van der Beek, Sancho a chance. Good man manager apparently, no tactics, no identity, nothing. Joe's Kindle says it's fear, there's no belief. I love Ollie, but he's done. When the belief goes, it's over. We're beating the tunnel. This is the lowest point. I think that's the problem for me. That's the thing where you sort of realise, like you said, Ronaldo, there's no belief anymore, is there?
Nah.
There's no belief. There's no fear.
The players,
they don't seem scared to put in a bad performance. There's no ramifications, and even if there is, it doesn't necessarily have to be being dropped. Yeah. There's other things that managers do to turn things around when players are playing badly, other than just dropping them. But we're not seeing that at the moment.
Do you know what it is? Is like what you just said. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, the players look beaten before they got on the pitch.
Yeah.
Don't have any belief whatsoever, and it generally looks like they don't have any kind of belief in what Ollie's doing. And that's the biggest part, because we're talking about a lot of Ollie's coaching deficiencies in terms of his setup, his tactics, and his and the personnel he selects in certain positions. Ollie could do all them things, but if the players don't believe in him and don't believe in what he's doing, then it won't matter when they go out onto the pitch. And that comes into part of your managerial ability and your presence as well. And it looks like he's failing on too many, like you're saying, ticking boxes.
Yeah.
There's too many boxes empty at the moment when it comes to Ollie.
Saggy Madej says, how do we solve this? They look like they hunted. I don't know. To be honest, I don't. Like, let's imagine a best case scenario. where we do get it back to where we were sort of at our best points of last season. We do go on a long run. We do, it's just Sancho coming on at half-time, by the way. It still just feels as though it's inevitable, doesn't it? That this will happen again. This run of form will happen again.
I think he'll switch the formation. Yeah, I think he's going to switch it because they can't. They've tried it. They've tried nullifying and soaking up the pressure. It's not worked. They've conceded twice, both due to individual mistakes. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So he's trying something different.
Yeah.
And if he didn't do that, I think we'd have all been fuming. Because what's the point in now just like Ronnie's saying, staying at the 5 at the back and just allowing him to just tap us basically every 2 minutes.
It is Bailly coming off. I don't necessarily think that's ridiculous. I mean, Maguire should have done better for that second goal, but he's not. I don't think he's had a worse game than Bailly. I don't think either of them have been particularly impressive. But Bailly scored an own goal. What's looked a little bit rash.
Why does Sancho have to have this 10-minute monologue before it comes on? I think that's a set piece coach on what he meant to be doing. Surely he would have seen that inside.
Yeah, surely no.
The most annoying thing about this substitution now, he's going to play him out of position. He'll play him on the left because Greenwood's got to play on the right. Also out of position.
Yeah, well, Sancho can play on the left.
I know. But
yeah, I won't class Sancho playing
right.
left. I won't class Sancho playing left wingers out of position.
He got those stats that they so happily put up on the screen. 34 goal contributions last season?
Yeah, but
off the right.
It's true. A winger's a winger though. Like when you say out of position, that's like a centre half playing centre mid or somewhere like that. I think if you're just playing on the opposite side,
Rashford can't play on the right though. He literally cannot.
Do you know what's the weirdest thing about that? All the data suggests that a lot of Rashford's goals per game, his assists per game, his overall performances per game last season were better when he was on the right. Actually, so it was a weird one.
But he doesn't.
Really?
Look
But he
like
doesn't
it,
look like
really?
it.
No.
Yeah. I remember.
He just looks like a passenger on the right.
He's not as involved in the games, and maybe he's...
Someone give him a shout.
Faster,
it's
man.
happened again. It's happening again.
Give him a shout. Give him a shout.
Give him a shout.
Do you mean that's his fault as well?
No,
checking his shoulder and too slow.
Yeah, but no one's telling him that
Too slow. He's not checking his shoulder.
People need to be better teammates, but you can't take that long on the ball and assume that you've got that much time.
Dilly-dallying on
they
the
need to be
ball.
better.
Fergal McClements, who do United get instead of Ole now, though? Well, I don't think they wanted Conte anyway. I don't know. That's the problem, innit? There's no obvious option. And I don't even think with Conte available there was an obvious option.
Because he didn't seem like a good, easy fit.
No, it's not an obvious fit. It made sense because it seemed like Conte was briefing the press that he wanted to join United, but I don't ever think United really wanted him, and I can see why. There isn't an obvious option. I think that's why Ole's still got a job. There isn't an obvious option at the moment. Abhishek says, I bet you can't deny Ole's trying to play his favourites into form, and clearly isn't working. It's not working. Think Shawberto Carlos comparisons took them too seriously.
They're mudded now. They're mudded.
Yeah, he's struggling. Sam Zid said, Lauren Blanc is caretaker to the end of the season. Why would he do that? He's got a job.
Lauren Blanc as caretaker.
He's got a job. Well, I know it's...
In Saudi Arabia?
I think so.
Blanc.
But even so, I know Man United's a big club, but...
Well, just because he played
come
for
in
us
for
for
6
the
months
season.
and then you got to
Get
fuck
him
off,
in.
mate. Cameron says, what's your... Good defending. What's your take on, for once, De Gea and the defence? Feel as though De Gea has been in good form for a while, but you can't tell because how poor we are ahead of him. Yeah, he's been good so far this season, but the last 2 games, he's given away 2 goals. 2 easy saves to make, and he's giving goals away.
João Cancelo.
I'm putting a huge part of the blame for that goal on Maguire and Shaw.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. They made mistakes as well, but that's a very savable shot. Yeah. It's not one or the other, it's all 3 of them, but to varying degrees of culpability. But when it comes down to it, that is a clanger by De Gea, following a clanger by De Gea against Atlanta. Burnside is back. In quotes, players don't believe in him. Fair enough. A lot of managers here did the same. A lot of players here did the same thing to managers past. That's too far. That's why it has the feel of to me. It just feels like you're watching the last days of a manager, doesn't it? Yeah. It has a different feel to it to other bad form we've had in the past under Ole. And I'm a fan of Ole, and he's done a lot of good work, but it don't feel right.
They got out of that form in the big games.
Yeah.
The 2 big games that we've played, or arguably 3, including Atalanta, is what? Got mudded by Liverpool. Yeah. Saved against Atalanta. Yeah. For a point, and we're 2-0 at half-time against City.
Yep. So it's 4 at the back again. So it's Greenwood on the right, Sancho on the left, Ronaldo up front, Bruno behind, and it was Bailly that came off in case anyone missed that. So yeah, Sancho, 45 minutes. See if we can do any better to what we've seen so far. Or see if the formation and system works any better. I suppose you might as well go for it, aren't you? I mean...
I think it was calling for a change. Going down.
You think like...
2-0 at half-time.
Yeah. Might be a bit more going forward at least.
Offside, didn't he? Yeah.
That's the thing. Even if we'd have stayed with the 5 at the back, I wouldn't have been confident that we wouldn't have conceded more goals. So you might as well go for it a little bit.
Yeah.
At least that way you're not sitting back playing defensively and still losing 4-0 at home. At least you can say you went for it.
And also,
a little bit.
Also, there's less man in our box to make mistakes.
Yeah.
For the back in it.
True.
Get
get those defenders out of that box.
It's a depressing.
The less
way to
defenders
think
we
about
have,
it.
the less they can make mistakes. That's the most backwards, hilarious logic I've ever heard. I like that. Take all of the defenders off.
We've got to find positives, Joe.
Yeah, our defenders can't make mistakes if we don't play with any. Just De Gea and then 10 attackers in front of him.
Oh, I hate this one. Bouncing ball in the wet rain pitch.
Go on, find your man.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
It was a good dummy.
I don't get why they dummy there.
Yeah, but it bought him
That was
space
nice,
and bought him some space and time, and he found a pass with it. It looked a bit scary, but it actually was good. I know what you mean.
I feel like he actually needed that.
Yeah, it was good.
To create the half yard.
Right,
I don't like that. I never will do.
The forward passes are non-existent at the minute, are they?
Because you watch now,
Well,
he'll try it more because it
man,
worked once. He'll try it more when he's got the ball, and some it'll go wrong.
But there's one pass on here, and again,
somehow I guarantee these pundits will be finding a way to figure out. They'll be finding a way to sort of talk about how Ronaldo in the team is the reason why we're 2-0 down.
This is his fault.
Yeah. I guarantee there'll be some sort of discussion about it.
Good position there by Sancho, actually being available for a forward pass. It's a problem. Too many people get the ball, and everyone's just either stood on the last man, or
Who decided to make an air like Antarctica all of a sudden?
what in it?
Yeah.
I don't think anything's
Temperature
changed.
dropped huge.
Has it?
Yeah.
I've not
Maybe a ghost is coming.
anything.
Yeah, that's the formation second half for anyone who's wondering.
Maybe it's just my heart.
Yeah.
You'd have thought
Slightly
Joe would
more
feel it
traditional.
with his extra short shorts on.
Yeah, with my 1980s.
What
short.
size are they?
These shorts, extra large, I think.
What are the shorts that I've been
Extra
talking
large.
about?
They're an extra large girls, but they are extra large. They're from Claire's Accessories. No, they're just like large shorts and that. No problems. No problems here. Nothing to see here. Sancho actually running about.
Little things are frustrating me like this.
I was
Not
gonna
being
let
able
that
to
go
just
out
get
then.
it out.
Yeah. There you go. Come on. Holding the ball a little
You've
bit.
had a bit of possession at the start of the second
I know.
half, haven't you?
Let's get a goal.
It's a shock. We need the next
They've
goal.
just sat off, haven't they?
We need the next goal. That's a lovely ball for Lindelof. And a shite
Might be
touch
a
from
goal.
Sancho.
Nice, it's pace, isn't it? Do you know, have you ever seen, like, when they do interviews with, like, the England team or City team or whatever, you see them on Twitter or whatever, they just pop up. Everyone who's asked who's the fastest player in the squad, if they've played with Kyle Walker, they always say Kyle Walker. Have you noticed that?
It looks that way.
But you can tell, but literally everyone says it, can't you? The England players say it, the City players say it, the old, like, Tottenham players used to say it. It's like, who's the fastest player you played with? Kyle Walker. He must be an absolute freak when you see him in training and stuff. Just everyone picks
You know
him
what
every
it is?
time.
He's got that combination of it's the pace and acceleration, but he's got the power alongside it.
Yeah, and he's not short either. I think he's like 6 foot. Like, he's bigger than you think he is. So he's got like longer legs as well.
Pace merchant.
I know.
Hook him.
He's like 31 or 2 now, though, isn't he? He's kept his pace. Well, that's weird, though, I always think, because sprinters are like often in their mid-30s and stuff.
Yeah.
And yet footballers seem to lose their pace.
Mate, look, again,
at that time.
it's another example of the second ball, City getting every one of
There you
him.
go. Bit of United a bit all over the place now.
Yeah.
Come
Oh my
on.
days. How did he
How
dig
are we not
across in there?
blocking that?
How did he dig that out?
Can we not block anything? Just fucking put your foot where the ball is. How has he done that? Lindelof's one-on-one with him. He looked like he's got a yard on him easy there. And he's still chipping a ball across. Just can't block anything. too slow, second best,
Oh
not
my
arsed.
Should be the title of this video.
Just ridiculous. Like that there. What is going on there? That ball that's being played through isn't even on. And we're so slow to react to it. And then even when we do, we can't get a cross in.
Oh,
Fred getting fucking skinned. And Luke Shaw just doing enough.
it's a good thing Jesus is
I
shit.
was going to say, every time they give the ball away, the camera goes straight to Jesus because it's him that did it. It looks like Donny's
He's like the
warming up.
He's like the weak link. That's what I feel like. If they swap Jesus for Mahrez, we're in trouble.
Yeah, Mahrez. I don't know why they don't
Why is
play
Mahrez
Mahrez.
not playing?
You look at Mahrez's stats every
Yeah.
year. He gets like 10 plus goals and assists every season.
Yeah.
And people act like he's shit. And City.
Nah, everyone knows he's good. It's just
No,
he's in a team full of stars, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's him not even consistently playing either.
I think,
No.
I think
Always rotating and
think
he's still
Jesus
getting
is
20
playing-
goal
Oh, nice.
contributions.
I think Jesus is playing for work rate.
Yeah, I was thinking that because they might have been worried
Yeah,
about
he does work.
Rashford on the left, so they play him right wing
Careful.
to try and
Go on,
combat it.
space on that right. Space on the right. It's a bit better. McTominay actually showing for the ball.
But look at this midfield here.
No. Who's
We've
he
got
to pass
two
to?
compared to their what? 4?
That's better.
It's such a worry.
That's better. Actually dragging players around, making runs.
That's
just
a hopeful pass.
What's the best case scenario there?
Just lump it to
Ronaldo heads it down and it happens to go straight to Bruno's feet. Got lucky there.
But every time
Oh,
we
shit.
get the ball back, it's Jesus.
I know. He's all over the place, isn't he? He loves it.
He can be though, can't he? They can literally afford to have 3 players off form on the pitch.
But I mean, he's just everywhere. He just sprints about. Like, off the ball, he's good. On the ball, not so good. Which is weird, because when he first came, the accusation that he was quite sort of greedy and a bit lazy and didn't want to do that. Now he's playing on the right and he's just fucking sprinting.
He's now not
everywhere.
lazy, he's just shit.
Hold on. Yeah. That's a foul. Free kick to United. Was it Jesus who fouled him? It's always Jesus. Whenever we get the ball, the camera cuts to him because he did it. He's giving it away, he knocks it out, fouling people. At least he's getting involved. Bit of a possession spell from United.
You look good, Cam, don't worry.
Why are we wasting fucking... We have like 2 free kicks all game and we're wasting it by playing it early when it's not on at all. Fuck me.
Oh my days! What?
Just
Nobody,
fucking stupid.
Nobody is bothered to press in the middle.
That's so stupid.
All of
there.
City's midfield have so much space to pop their head up, manoeuvre, think about it. They've got like 5 seconds at a time. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke.
Just wasting set pieces there.
I know what they'll probably think he will come on as well, won't he? The £100 million man.
Grealish.
Magic can do this with the likes of Grealish, Mahrez, and Sterling on the bench.
I
Innit?
know. He's still even on the bench.
Yeah, he is.
Is it?
Look at
I don't know if he made it this time.
See it there?
What? Oh, yes.
Jesus skipped the ball away.
Did he? Lovely turn and
Go on.
push by Sancho there.
Keep going, lad.
Oh, that's a foul. That's late, that. Come on, ref. Start dishing the fucking cards out, man.
Fucking hell. Fucking hope Pep keeps Jesus on. Breaks down on him all the time. We can pray. Feet though.
Yeah, good feet. Good by Sancho there.
Yeah, showing a bit of energy in the final third. That's what we need, isn't it?
Apparently, according to Andy Mitten, the Stretford end's been singing for Donny van der Beek. See if he comes on. Came on at midweek.
Who do you take off for Van der Beek? Yeah,
Tomine? Fred?
yeah, but that goes against the whole point of bringing Van der Beek on, though, doesn't it? Because
Why?
they brought him on midweek to play an attacking role,
Yeah.
to then bring him on to.
I don't think
to
they're
anchor.
asked. I think it's just about him coming on, really.
It would just be backwards though to bring him on, and then play him
deep.
Exactly.
We're having a bit of a spell here. Sancho's looking sharp on the ball. He's just over it, that, though. But a couple of times he's getting the ball and actually pushing forward with it. That's better from United.
Bloody hell, City made a mistake.
And it wasn't Jesus.
And it wasn't Jesus.
That neckline makes me feel sick.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Fuck
It's
that shit.
genuinely
That's what I
horrible.
mean, man.
It's got that weird, like, thin little thing to it as well. Gross.
It is honestly one of the worst kits I've seen.
For a home kit,
For a
where you
home
can
kit.
play it safe, just shit. Oh. Sancho making the sort of ball where you can tell he hasn't been playing with Fred for very long. Like, Fred is not capable of finding that pass. Save your legs.
Go on, Greenwood. Go on, Greenwood.
At least we're shooting.
We've had a decent 5 minutes, to be honest. I know it's not much, but it's something.
Slim pickings.
Yeah, definitely. But Sancho coming on has changed things. Someone who can actually turn a man and doesn't look like he's shitting himself when he's got the ball at his feet.
I want to see him play every game, me, honestly. I really
that's
do.
not good. There we go.
Genuinely, what
about
was
the
that?
last 28 years of your life, Fred, made you think you could play that pass? The ball's in the air and you're volleying it. You're trying to like dink it over 2 lines of defence with your right foot. Take the ball down and find a pass. Why is he even attempting that? Fucking ridiculous. City just taking ages on this free
taking the
kick now.
piss.
Well, it's because they know that we're actually having a bit of the ball. I think it's been.
They've definitely come out second half just thinking.
But this is when you have to catch them, though, because whether it's complacency or they're right to think that we're not very good. If we're going to get a goal, it has to be in this situation.
I think they're just trying to sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Make sure that we don't nick one, but. Because look, we've had a decent 5 minutes spell. We had a notable chance though.
No, not at all.
I feel like it'll be like the first half where we get one chance, like Ronnie's volley.
Which was barely, it's half a chance.
It's a half chance.
It's a tough one, that. That Atlanta coach, I should remember his name, but the other day when he was saying about Ronaldo, like, it's 50-50. It either goes in or the goalie saves it. He never misses the target. And that volley was just the pinnacle of that one. It's like such a tricky thing on your weak foot. Ball coming across you quick. And he still gets it on target. He just gets the target every time. And whether the goalie saves it or not, that's up to you. But I'm getting this shot on target. That's too easy.
I want to see Rashford now.
Yeah, me too.
Put him on the left.
Does this kid ever have a bad touch?
Foden, no.
Yeah. Annoying, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's annoying that he's that good.
He's not done much in this game. What's happening there, Cam? Like some 90s sitcom.
Oh my god.
Of course.
I saw that out the corner of my eye. I was thinking that looked a bit weird, that, didn't it? What's he trying?
Like a kids' TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I wouldn't say he's had his best game, Foden, but he's just, like you said, his touch is just immaculate every time, isn't
I
it?
don't think none of them have had to.
No, that's true.
So I was saying before, City can have 3 or 4 passengers in that team and still blow opposition away.
Go on then, I think what you're doing, there's no thought in that, is there? Like, Sancho's there to head it down to. He heads it twice as hard as he needs to. Go on then, Luke. Block the cross.
Don't let him run into the box. It looked like he changed his mind halfway through there.
Oh, again, Foden fucking hell. Ball just sticks to the ground, doesn't it? It's like they've seen that we've had 50% possession this half, and they've gone, well, fuck that, let's boost these numbers for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Stat merchants.
Yeah, they can't let those numbers slip. Back to where we were first half now, innit?
The issue is, like, what's scaring me is we're starting to look tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could do with a substitution in midfield, whether it's Donny or Matic or something. Just slowing down a bit now.
If only we had Matic.
Is he not
from
available?
5 years ago now.
Sorry.
No, he is. No, he is.
Yeah,
I've only had the Matic from 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Paid 40 mil for him, didn't we?
They're very different. I think we'd see him and Pogba every week.
Literally. You could leave him there but on his own if he wasn't like 40 now.
The thing is, he's not even that old. He's like 34 or something. I know he's old, but he's not like dead old. But his legs left him early, didn't they?
He's our best defensive midfielder still, I think.
When he's on form,
Yeah.
or when he's fit and available and on form.
It's ability off the ball, ability on the ball.
Yeah, he can actually pass it.
Yeah,
and dribble
he's
the
actually
ball forward.
composed. Like if he's getting pressed, he's composed.
Come on. We had a sniff of winning the ball back there, almost. Highlights of the last 5 minutes: Luke Shaw nearly winning the ball back. That's how good it's been.
We've had our spell on the ball now, innit?
I know.
Back to them now.
Again,
and we've
nearly, put
intercepted
that on the
ball,
highlights
and he
package.
still
McTominay
can't
nearly
keep
winning
it
the ball
down.
back. But yes, it does bounce back to a City
How do
player
you
every
play
single
against-
time.
No, but I want to know, how do you play against this and not lose your head?
I don't know.
I commend them for that.
freaking out.
I commend them for that.
Come on! Oh! Why are we so slow?
They just take the sting out.
Why are we so slow there? They lose the ball and you got fucking 4 steps before you're going to take a torch.
Who do you think comes off?
Fucking
I think he takes
Greenwood.
Greenwood off.
He's not. To be fair, he's barely touched the ball all game, has he?
Yeah, and Greenwood's his favourite sub off anyway.
That's true.
Yeah,
but I
he
mean,
is, innit?
well, if you think about it, you're probably not going to take Bruno off. You're not taking Ronaldo off. Sancho's just come on.
And move Sancho to the right, won't we?
Yeah, that's a good
Oh, that was
little
nice.
nudge and touch. That.
Go on.
Right, come on now.
Go on, Sancho.
Oh,
If you could nick that, because Cancelo's on a yellow as well. I think maybe that's what we need, a red.
that's a booking.
That's a booking.
Yeah. If
And
they
Wan-Bissaka has backed out of that. You saw his body language. He backed out of the challenge.
See, they can get away with like...
Yeah.
Because there's always someone there, isn't there? There's always someone showing. That's why they're so good.
And it's weird how, like, I don't know if obviously he picks the players they buy.
This game's been fairly...
But every single City player is just so good on the ball, aren't
This
they?
game's been fairly one-sided, hasn't it?
Yeah. We've had 1 half chance, and they've had all of the ball. That's a good pass as well. Through on goal. Oh, that's poor touch.
That's actually a bad touch.
Still was. Yeah.
I wouldn't
If
have
he
been
c-
surprised if that went in.
If you know, me neither. If it's a better touch there, he gets a free shot at the head, doesn't he? 1-on-1.
That's Sancho lacking there because Wan-Bissaka had 2 man on that side. But we've got to take that risk, haven't we? Because we need a goal. We need the next goal.
Rashford coming on now. Oh, he's on. Who's he come on for? Yeah, Greenwood. Makes sense, I think.
Yeah. Like for like.
Even if it wasn't Mason Greenwood, I think he's probably been the least active of any of our forward players.
We'll see whether he's feeling unwell or not, won't we? Whatever's going on.
Yeah, I wonder what it is. Ooh, Luke Shaw took one to the head there. That looked quite a heavy hit, that. Looks like a hip to the side of the head.
At least it'll slow the game down at Luke Shaw's expense, you know.
Thoughts on the second half so far, Ronaldo?
It's been mind-numbing. Mind-numbing is the perfect way to describe it. I think it's coasting by.
Sorry. It's his 200th appearance today for Luke Shaw.
Oh, cool.
And he messed up like that.
Yeah.
You want me to come closer to you? Oh,
Not to him.
thought he was making advances.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, if you want.
It's not really.
We haven't seen a replay of this. I don't know if they're choosing not to show a replay or there just hasn't been one, but it did look like
they're
a bit
doing
of
that
head
now, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're not showing replays for anything.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
where
I've
a
noticed
player's
that.
down or anything like that.
Potentially injured.
Yeah, they just don't show the replays. Oh, here he is now.
Teller's warming up.
I love him, you know. I think he's class. He should play more.
Yeah. I remember they used to just show like broken legs and all sorts like 15 years ago, like straight away. Like, you want to see this guy's fucking leg
Ankle
fall
lift off.
Yeah, like his shin goes through his shin pad. Look at that! Slow that down.
Slow mo's as well. Like,
Quick,
yeah.
get your kids in the room. We're gonna show it again. And now it's like someone gets like an elbow in the ribs. It's like we've chosen not to show
Quick,
this.
love, come and look at this shin break.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. Look at this.
You were thinking about Eduardo.
Yeah, they showed
the exact one I was
showed
thinking
the
of, the
shit out of
exact
that.
one.
I think Luke Shaw might be
Yeah.
concussed here. Can we? I wouldn't mind seeing a replay though, since he is walking off. Yeah, we are seeing
There
it
he
now.
is.
Ball in the air.
Mate, he's not even gone for the ball. Little rat.
Apart from the fact he's headed it.
He didn't even go for it. You saw it in his eyes. He didn't even look at the ball.
It was just a firm-headed challenge, and he's caught him.
It's like his hip
short.
goes. Shaw doesn't jump, and he jumps, and then his hip goes through the side of Shaw's head.
But you're right. Red card.
Get him off. He's coming back on, Shaw. Okay, now.
Yeah, what's the concussion protocol?
I don't know. There isn't one. Good touch by Rashford there.
No, not wrong player.
Wrong man. Yeah, he's not Alexander.
He could match him though. He could match him for pace, you know.
If he catches him out, he might. But there, he knocked it past him, and Walker was expecting it, and he still did it. You're not going to beat him if he knows what you're doing. Okay, now.
What a
Getting a bit slippy now. That's good past that. Come on then.
Go on, Rashi.
That's better. That's better though.
Better,
It's
though.
something.
Yeah.
Trying to find a bit of penetration.
We got in the box.
Yeah, and Luke Shaw making runs forward. Is Laporte back out of the team for City then? Like generally speaking.
I think
he's
he's suspended. Yeah.
Suspended. Yeah.
Cool.
I think if he wasn't, I think he was starting a game actually.
Yeah, I thought because I knew it was at the end of the season he was back to starting, wasn't he?
Yeah.
City fans went off stones again, but
Yeah, they went off stones
Not
again. I
to do
think it was.
anything. what happened there? We've seen replays and close-ups of them. We don't even see the throw-in.
Almost lost the ball again.
Almost.
He's been our best player today.
What, Jesus?
Yeah,
Jesus,
I think he
yeah.
has, you know.
Give him man of the match at the end. The ball's rolling.
They often do, don't they? And the ref just ignores that. We've got a bit of a high press going on. You know what's going to happen? No, they're going to bring Sterling. Edison's going to hit one of those.
Absolute zingers like that.
Yeah.
Go on, Luke.
I
Come
saw
on,
a
come on,
thing-
come on, come on.
I saw. Why is he so good?
Who was it?
Rodri.
Was it?
He
He had a
fucking
bit of a shaky start when he first came, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of years
fucking
ago.
ran the show today, though.
Yeah, he has.
But I found that to be the case with a lot of City's midfield. Gundogan
Took a
barely
while.
got a sniff at the start, and last year, what was he?
Oh no,
He was arguably top.
I
Not arguably, he was top
I
goal
think
scorer.
whenever they have a slightly dodgy patch, they go to Barcelona for a day or two. They come back and
Looking sharp.
And,
Looking fresh with a new inhaler.
yeah, looking like Superman.
Yeah, they haven't brought Grealish on yet, have they? Yeah. Not needed to. I suppose if you were them, why would you make a sub?
Yeah,
It's comfortable,
it's
innit?
comfortable in
There's
it.
nothing.
Why change anything?
Yeah. Look at this, taking the piss.
Yeah, I'm raking Achilles if I'm against this.
You're just stomping on it until you hear a pop.
Nah, man.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's fucked. You could tell he was fucked. He looked like, I don't know if he got knocked
Why
out,
did
but
they let
he
him
was
go?
a big,
Why did they let him
a
go
big
back
hit.
on?
I'd let Luke Shaw back on the pitch.
I don't know. It's a big hit to the side of the head, that. I'm just putting him back out there like it's nothing. Yeah, Tellers is coming on. That's our last sub. That's probably why I wanted to double check.
Is it last sub?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be actually.
You don't get an extra one for that, do you?
I think you do. I think you get an extra one.
What, for a concussion
Yeah.
sub? Since when? This season?
Start of this season. Yeah.
I can't read that. Can you send me the article? Game stopped for potential concussion injury by the referee. Medical staff enter the field. Where's just the bit about the sub? Do you get one? In the case where a player is with a concussion has not been appropriately removed from play, there will be a review by the Premier League. Oh, that's if he gets it wrong. I don't know. If we can find out anything about a sub or not, let me know. But I can't see it on there.
We could actually have a bit more of an attacking outlet.
Bloody hell. First time I've ever seen one of them.
We could actually have more of an attacking outlet now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we do have another sub after this. That's good. First time I've seen that. Obviously this season it's come in.
João Cancelo's idol is Tellers, innit?
Is it?
After trying that.
Probably.
The first half.
Right.
He's no Tellers.
Free kick to City. Headed away by
He's
Ronaldo.
done that a lot this game.
Come on now.
once
Fucking
again.
whacking
Awful,
it.
innit?
We're not Stoke of like 2015.
Yeah. Touches in the opposition box for United in this game. 3. Look at that.
The frustration watching Ruben Dias dribble past Fred and Rashford, then get in between both of them.
Proper dribbled through him as well. It wasn't like he just knocked it past him. They were both all stood together and he just like knocked it from one foot to the other and went through him. It's ridiculous. It's like we don't know how to defend. Like we don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Even just like man for man, like when someone just knocks the ball past you or someone stood in front of you, you got to know a bit more than to just let them through like that. Surely we're better than that. Another free kick from
tactical.
Basically the same place as the last one. Left hand side, or City's left hand side, United's right. 74 minutes gone. I'd be surprised if this didn't end 2-0. I mean, it just feels like... I mean, City could score again, but it feels like they're happy with 2-0.
Yeah.
We're showing nothing at all in regard to creating a chance or even having a shot. We've had one shot on target all game. What's happened here? Bruno's gone down off the ball there. Rashford tried to pass it back to him. Obviously, he wasn't available because he's facing the other way and he had his head in his hands.
Oh, fucking hell, Bruno.
He must be sound because he's not kicked the ball out. He must be absolutely sound.
Probably. Yeah, there you
There
go.
he is.
Just holding his face for a second. See if we get a free kick.
Nothing was wrong with him, I heard. He was just sick to death of the performance.
Couldn't be arsed with
Yeah.
it. Head in hands. Oh, God. The amount of bad headers we've done today. Well, there's just an easy man on. Or there's an option and we just head it to City players. Shot. Gundogan blocked it. Was he offside maybe? I don't know. Chip to the back post. De Bruyne slices it wide. Like Eric Bailly defending that shot, wasn't it?
Yep. Except when he does it, he just misses.
It goes in the back of the net.
When Eric Bailly, our defender, does it, he scores.
So fucking
Own
demoralising
goals.
this. He's onside as well.
What a game.
He's
Fred
free
being
man at the back
5
post.
yards behind, 5 yards away from him.
Free man.
It's literally the story of this game, innit?
Yeah. Just so comfortable. That's just embarrassingly comfortable for City, innit?
Look,
Look at
just
that.
playing it about on the edge of our box. Get out to him.
Come on then now, find a pass. That's not
Oh.
it. That's not it, is
That
it?
ain't really the pass, Fred.
That's
To
not
be
it.
fair, to be fair, Fred averages usually 3 of those a game.
Yeah, Fred's not been that bad
that's his
today.
first
He's
one
just done
today.
fuck all. Like everyone. He's not like most
You
of his
can't beat
He
man if
usually
you've done
averages.
piss all,
He
can you?
usually averages 3 passes a game where you're thinking that's not professional football standard.
Yeah. This is
He only
like
wanted it.
put your controller down football by City, innit? You're just pissed off. You can't be arsed chasing after him anymore, so you just put your controller down.
This is actually embarrassing. This latter part of the second half is just as embarrassing as the 5-0 in terms of the way
More
it
than
looks
that.
like two completely
yeah.
different classes.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying before the game. I just want to look like we're
I know
in
you
a
said
similar
that, yeah.
class. We're not going to be as good because we're struggling, but we look like a shit team, a championship team, or just a bottom half team, and they look like a top team. They don't have to do anything. They're not really trying. It's almost like in the second half when Liverpool kind of took the foot off the gas. Like City have done that the whole game, where they're just, I can't be arsed. I'm
Coasting,
bored
aren't
of
they?
beating my younger brother 10-0, so I'll just beat him 1-0 and then pass the ball around. It's like they're playing against kids, and they feel bad scoring more goals or trying to score more goals.
So easy for him, innit?
Well, it's just
And that's
the
the most
reason it's so
annoying part
easy is
of it.
because there's no threat from United. I understand sitting back, but when you're not sitting back, you have to be going for it. You have to be pushing forward as a team, finding passes, finding runs. There's none of that. It is only the defensive side, and then when we get the ball, we pass it around for a minute. Someone decides to just pass the ball in the air to the 18-yard box. We get tackled. Look, like, why can't we keep the ball on the fucking floor? How many City's passes go through the air? Like 1 in 30. Half of ours are bobbling around.
I think City haven't made a sub, have they?
I don't
No.
think so.
Not made that change.
Can't think of one.
Don't need to, do they? They literally don't need to do anything.
If we get a goal, there's hope. but you can't see where it's coming from.
And that's shocking to say, considering we've got the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, Bruno on the pitch, and it doesn't look like we're going to score.
Go on then. Got a bit of space now. Bit of space now.
So I'll just talk about these chances that we get. Few and far between. Got the ball back.
Go on, Bruno. Go on, Fred.
Find a man. That's good.
Please tell me he's onside. It's a great ball.
Decent. Good pace on it, but straight to the front man.
Don't do something dumb.
That's all right. That's all right.
Teller's got good delivery. Yo, he almost caught that. Yo, Teller's almost caught that.
Yeah, it's on ball. He like spun round and it hit the inside of his hand. He like swung it around with him. Donny coming on for Fred. 4 subs for United.
Ironic. I can hear the ironic cheers.
Yeah.
Just about, and TV's on mute.
Yeah. I heard that as well.
Yeah.
I think it must not be on mute. Go on then.
Fucking Van der Beek brace incoming.
2 goals for a hat-trick.
He's expecting a kid now, isn't he?
Yeah.
At least he's getting some minutes somewhere, eh?
You disgusting.
You had that one prepared.
Yeah. I saw that on a flashcard before we went live. He was rehearsing it in the mirror around there. I didn't want to say anything, but I heard you. So turns out Donny's got a kid. At least he can something. He can't be on the bench. No, that doesn't work. How does it work?
Yeah.
Goes in some minutes somewhere then. Hey. Good press. Better. Oh, fuck off.
Story of the game, innit?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, piss off.
Will we have another shot on target before the end of the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the confidence, guys. Will we have 2?
No.
Okay. Which, bear in mind, is what we need to even get a draw. We need at least 2 shots on target. Well, actually, one could be deflected that's not on target and go in as an own goal.
Well done, Aaron.
Go on, Donny's on. There you go.
Now he's going to come on forcing it.
Yeah. And leave loads of space in behind him. Foden. Oh.
Almost. Just dragged
That's the
it
problem.
wide.
Like you said there, as soon as that happened, Van der Beek gave the ball away and you're like, he's going to force it now. And he sprinted straight to his man and left a fucking acre behind him for Fred to cover 2 men. McTominay to cover 2 men. Oh, he hits the post.
He hits the post.
Yeah. Foden hits the post.
You couldn't really tell off the angle.
That's weird that. Foden doesn't look at the ball or the goal when he hits that.
Yeah.
Did you notice? He just likes looking
Instinct.
forward.
Yeah.
That was mad. Yeah. Well done.
Did he just do a roulette in the middle of the pitch?
He did a roulette.
He is taking the piss, innit? He's honestly taking the piss.
He loves that skill, don't he?
Don't play me much. All right, then. I'll do a roulette in the middle of the pitch when I'm 2-0 down to City.
These passes that we're choosing, these through the air, just big punts forward, it's fucking embarrassing. Because it's not like we're playing it in behind trying to counter-attack. You're literally just booting it up to Ronaldo who stood with 2 centre-backs. How perfect does that pass have to be to work? We've tried it about 10 times and it hasn't worked once.
Look at that.
Pushing forward now.
They play football brilliantly, don't they? It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
Because the worst part about that sequence there is that wasn't even that bad in terms of trying to press.
No.
By United, it was just
they're also really
they're
good.
Just really good, innit?
Yeah, they are really good. That's the thing, innit? Even if United were ace this season, we might still not be as good as these. But we're not even anywhere
But we're not
near
in a
where we can
ballpark,
be.
man.
No.
Literally worlds apart, innit?
Yeah. This has been the sort of game. Fucking De Bruyne scooping the ball over Bruno there. Look at that. Just fucking no one near him, and he's 25 yards
Tell
out.
Pep's taking it serious as fuck because he's not made a sub.
Not letting off. He wants to keep it tight, doesn't he? Again, now look, their centre backs actually play the ball forward and have options. Oh dear. Why have you done that?
Why is he?
What are you doing there?
Tried to headlock him at this.
Had his hands
Wan
all
Bissaka
over him.
there. Awful. We're in the hopeless phase now, aren't we? The hopeless phase that a manager has, where you don't expect anything from any game.
Unless
No
you're
one
playing-
looks like they know what they're doing.
Unless you're playing a Spurs.
Unless you're playing Spurs.
That hate their manager.
It just feels hopeless, this. Absolutely hopeless.
I think the most frustrating part is the fact that
Can't see us
it
having
can be
another shot.
stopped. It's individual mistakes.
Yeah, but
Again.
that's what maybe
look at the
for
general
the
performance.
goals.
Look at
but
the general performance.
We're nowhere near them.
Yeah, the goals were individual.
Yeah, the goals were individual
Mistakes.
mistakes. But the
They're part of
performance
the,
is
but
nowhere
individual
near, is it?
mistakes go hand in hand with the performance, so they're part of it. They're not exclusive. That's the
Far from.
problem. It's more just looking at the performance. You can say the 2 goals individual mistakes, but performance-wise, it's been a 2-0 kind of game. To be polite.
Yeah, because City haven't made
I
loads
could
of
argue it'd be
chances, but
more.
we've made no chances whatsoever.
What a ball
Zero.
that was, by the way.
City have made more chances in the last 5 minutes than
You know what
we've
we've
made in
done?
this game.
We've helped play De Bruyne into form
Yeah,
this game.
not that though, Ian.
How? The 3 of you! Oh my days. Oh. Just allow the ball to
There's
drop.
literally 3 of them have Foden, and somehow he's got the ball out of that. Oh my god.
It's just drifting through everyone now, isn't he? They've got one man in the box here, and they still managed to get a corner. See that? The only man in the box was Gundogan there, and we are shitting ourselves when the ball comes in there. Corner to see. Just want to fucking put us out of our misery here. We're not even going to have another shot on target, let alone mount a comeback.
Yeah, it's all right, lads. We'll go for
We're
the
never
FA.
gonna have a shot.
We'll go for the FA Cup this year. We'll be right. We'll be fine.
Corner to City. Foden in. Almost 3-0. Rodri winning the header. It's
been that all game, hasn't it?
Turning in the box, almost whipped it in.
They got the second ball.
Yeah.
Again, how many times have we said that already this game? They got the second ball again in the box, full of what? How many United players in the box there?
Well, McTominay just misses it. The ball, he just swings a leg at it and misses it. He could have got it. He just doesn't put his foot in the right place and the ball goes past him. Look at that
Oh,
again. The
look
amount of
at
balls
that.
just in the air that we're playing. Can we not get the ball on the fucking pitch? Why are we chipping the ball through the air to each other, blobbing it around? When you play against a team that presses as high as they do, it's literally the stupidest thing you can do. Because when that ball arrives at the player, there's 2 men on him. We're just giving the ball away, playing stupid football. Fucking hell. Sancho looked good for the first 10 minutes he came on. He's not touched the ball since.
Yeah.
No one has. None of that attacking 4 have touched the ball in half an hour.
Is he gone after a 2-0?
I don't know.
It's
The
not
thing
about
is-
scoreline, it's
no,
performance as well. The performance it's been just the same. This has literally been, in equivalence, just the same as the Liverpool game. Fact that Liverpool were a little bit more clinical. I don't see.
I think the gulf has been almost as big. The
Yeah.
City haven't made as many chances as Liverpool did, and I think therefore it's not as bad a performance as that. But the quality gap, they're just taking the piss out of us, aren't they? They just keep the ball as long as they want. We can't press them, and even when we sit back, it doesn't stop them making chances. So look here, Tellez got back in position and is. Did he trip him? Jesus looking for a penalty. Looking for a penalty.
Didn't look like a pen.
Didn't look like one.
That's not a pen. I don't think it's a pen. That
I can't see.
I
You
don't-
can't
look-
see from
Look
that
where the
angle.
balls ended up.
No, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Oh,
He just kicks
I
his
was
foot.
proven wrong.
That's a penalty. That is they not giving it?
If they're not VAR in that,
Not giving it. Wow. Wow.
I was right.
that is a pity decision.
What a roller coaster of
He
emotion
goes to
I'm
put his
feeling
foot.
right
He
now.
goes to put his foot down, and Tellez just
But
kicks
it
his
just
foot.
looked like where the ball went. That Tellez had to have had a touch on that. I think Tellez got a really small touch, but I think that can still be a foul. You know,
That
sometimes.
looked like a foul to me.
Yeah.
He just skins him, and then he kicks the ball. He kicks his foot. Sorry. So fucking boring to watch, innit? So boring to watch.
I don't know how long he lasts, to be honest. Now, I really don't.
I think
I
again, I
actually
can't see the sequence that ends with him getting sacked. Like who he gets sacked, then what do we do? I don't know. I'm not saying like I said. I think that's why I think it might just be at the end of the season. I think we've seen the limitations are there. We can all accept that. But how do we do this? How do we go about doing this? I don't quite see that. That's the thing I don't get. That's the next step I don't understand.
I think if they do it, they'll do it within the next 2 days.
Yeah, if they're going to do it as a result of this.
Oh my days.
God. Literally went through De Gea's legs.
Yeah.
Luckily, nobody's there, mate. Look at that. There's 4 men around our left back.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's about time we put in one of these dirty challenges in.
Who was it, Ronnie?
Yeah. That's twice that Ronnie's done that in one of these performances because he cares, doesn't he? It's like,
Mate, with Bruno. Why has he bought Ronaldo then?
Because he comes
Sausage.
in flying later, doesn't he?
he knew what he was doing, Ronaldo. I respect it though, Ronnie. I feel you. Wrong kind of fight, but at least it's some.
One shot on target at home. If we'd have scored every shot we had on target, we still would have lost. How bad's that? I think if we'd have scored every shot we'd had, it would have been 3-2. We'd only, you know what I mean? We'd have snuck a win. Just incredible, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it? The whole performance has literally showed the distance between us both on the pitch.
Yeah.
If Liverpool
And off
didn't
the
do
pitch.
it last week or 2 weeks ago, this is literally just put it in black and white for everybody to see that we are a mile off.
Yeah. And not getting any better.
No. The only thing you can do now to take the chance to make it better is change your manager. You can tell they've tried everything. Set piece coaches come in, former players coming in as coaches, former players coming in to dictate transfers. And don't get me wrong, we've had a fantastic transfer window, but nothing is gelling.
No.
I think
That's
for
what I'm
me
saying.
now it's time. I think he goes. I think he's got to go now.
There's an inevitability to it, and that's what I said after the Liverpool game. I think it's done. It's just when. It's just when it happens. I think we could all say after the Liverpool game, it wasn't the same kind of performance that we've seen. We've lost against Liverpool before, but it didn't feel like that. And we've lost against City before, but it didn't feel like this. It's just, there's a different feel to everything. Anyone who's watching United can feel it's not the same as it was when we had bad runs of form before. It just feels inevitable that he's going to go at some point. Whether it's today, tomorrow, just before Christmas, at the international break, end of the season. Like I said, I can't see a world where he's the manager at the start of next season. It's just which path we take to doing it.
City have done this and not made a sub.
They're not needed to. Why would they? All a sub could do would be destabilise them, and they've been. They don't look more tired. You know, they're no more tired than us. They're still controlling the ball, controlling the game. Why would they make a sub? We're the ones that needed to change it, and it's not done anything.
Who've Arsenal got this weekend?
Fucking who knows? Someone to put them above us. That's who.
They win, they go above us. That's how you know it's getting
I think we're on the same points as them anyway.
There's a few teams that can
We
win
can
and
be
go
like
over.
ninth, I think, if everyone wins. But I don't know who's playing each other. But there's about 4 teams below us who are on, who are within 3 points of us.
It's genuinely mad if we won this game. We'd have been on the same points as the team who've absolutely spanked
That's now
us.
sounding like
That's mad.
one of the world's biggest ifs.
Well, it is, but it also goes to show that this isn't the best City team ever. This isn't a City team that started that well, and they've still cruised past us. Absolutely cruised past us. I think he's offside here, surely. They've gone for the United pass up in the air there. It was offside. But yeah, they've just cruised past us, haven't they? and they were within 3 points of us. So they've not been that much better than us this season so far. Or, they've not had much better results than us, and yet the gap is
mind-blowing.
Insane. Absolutely insane. We've had one shot on target at home. We've got 10 seconds to have another one.
Look,
Sancho
even Sancho's literally body language saying, "Come and support me." Go on.
What's that corner? Is it a corner?
I think it's a corner because I just saw him, Maguire. Yeah.
Corner to United. Imagine if we lost this 2-1 and you think it's a close game. Not likely, is it? That's going to be full time, surely.
It'll be after this goal kick, or even before it.
Full
there
time.
you go. Yep.
Right, full time. Man United 0, Man City 2. Just fucking demoralising, innit? We'll go for the full review in just a moment. Make sure you come over and check that out. We'll be talking through the game, the key points, what went wrong for United. Is there any way back for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? We'll be discussing that. Another awful performance from Manchester United, dominated by a team that were meant to be challenging this season. Nowhere near it again. Any words before we go, lads?
2 words, too slow.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Right, we're back in a minute. See you in a bit.